Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, back at it again. Not only am I going to threaten your heroes and wannabes to beat you to the white meat, I just might not do it. But, fuck you.
Zack Snyder's deserved. That man chuckling in the background is the last standing Samoan, Nick Udom.
Hey, during the eclipse, did anybody else, get a hole that opened up to hell near them? Anybody else, or was that just me?
No, that's a Pacific Islander thing.
Gotcha. All right, just making sure.
I'm pretty sure I saw Satan in my yard.
Oh,
I
okay.
see Satan every day when I look in the mirror.
You didn't sacrifice a goat.
I sacrificed a pigeon. I don't know if that's the same thing.
Yeah,
pretty much.
You're too far from Samoa. You need a larger animal.
Yeah, that's what it is. Then next time I'll get a whale.
There you go.
Or get Phil. Up next, our friend Brian Lape.
Hi, hide your kids, hide your wives. I'm back.
And finally, you can't call him replacement Dustin because now he's a permanent fixture on the show, Kendo Slice.
Hey, you know how they say that Asian girls have sideways vaginas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's an easy way to prove that that's not true. When they slide down the steps, they don't go.
What? Oh. All right, so this is episode 86 of World Class Bullshitters, and finally, Star Wars doesn't win the award for the dumbest shit on the internet this week, but DC does. Because for some reason, Warner Brothers is releasing all this information about their movies, and all the information sucks ass. But before we get into that, let's give a shout-out to the special listener of the week, Eddie Cantillo. Eddie picked up a World Class Bullshitters Jiggity Woohoo t-shirt to help support the channel, and we thank him for that. So, listeners, if you'd like to help support World Class Bullshitters, head on over to incarnate-studios.com, don't forget the fucking hyphen, and pick up a shirt, and if you can, join the Patreon Club. You get all kinds of great perks and bonuses, and we'll be reading those questions at the end of this week's show. But let's get to the news, because next week it's irrelevant, and we have a lot of news to talk about. So, let's start with our title image, DC. So, yesterday, there was an article from IGN titled, "The Batman director Matt Reeves said his film is separate from the DCEU." Did you guys hear this news first?
Yeah, I heard it, and it was just, why is it separate? I mean, what is it? DC owns the rights. Why is it separate from their universe?
Well, hold on. Because today we're in a wind tunnel.
Did Dion Green just take off?
I think he's on his way to the danger zone.
Highway to the Dion zone.
Don't play with that. That's a power you don't understand, son.
I kind of want to keep that in there so people can get the Danger Zone references the whole episode, but maybe I won't.
I thought that was on my end for a second because I was clicking on something. All of a sudden, I heard, and I was like, "Oh shit! What the hell is that?" I hope it's not going through the microphone. So I exit out of it, and I just look over and I see Dion's bar lit up. I'm like, "Oh, okay, good."
He's taking off. He's on his way here. So, today they released an article that says the Batman film is inside the DCEU, and he goes, of course Batman will be part of the DC universe. So, this is problematic to me. This is a sign that there is little communication between the films. They all are under Warner Brothers, yet they're all disjointed. Yet over at Marvel, everything is connected. They got Kevin Feige. They don't have a Kevin Feige. They have Jeff Johns and John somebody else and somebody else.
John Jingleheimer Smith?
Yeah. Something. But they got all these people, but no one has any fucking clue what they're doing. So, I will laugh if Batman is a flop.
They're all just circle drinking all over Gal Gadot, so that's all it is.
Yeah.
Oh, we know Brian Lape's in love with her.
He is. Well, I mean, she's so buff. She's just a buff, sexy woman.
Her butthole will clench your dick off.
There you go. She will fuck your dick off.
That's a risk I'm willing to take. She's sexy.
I mean, who isn't willing to take that risk?
The last thing I want is someone popping my dick off with their butthole. That would really ruin my day.
Well, I don't.
I mean, I think that would ruin everyone's day. I don't think there's one person that'd be like, you know what? If my dick got popped off by a butthole, I think my Thursday is going real well. No one's gonna say that.
Yeah, I got to imagine there would be like a good few seconds of just like shock and awe.
I don't know about awe.
Well, I
It'd be
mean,
like,
awe at the amazing power of that sphincter.
No,
Like,
it would
you
be
know,
like
you're
the
sitting there all of a
movie-
sudden, snap, and it's like, whoa.
Nick, what's that rape movie? I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah.
It'd be like that scene in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's so gross. Ugh. Maybe her butthole's so powerful that it cauterizes the wound, so like it's gone. Like there's no pain.
It moves so fast and it picks up heat and then just cauterizes the.
Yeah, it's like a lightsaber, you know.
God.
When Luke got his hand off, there was no blood.
Yeah.
Are you fucking the devil's daughter? Like what? What the fuck are we talking about over here?
This girl's made of clay. Anything's possible.
Yeah. She could be. We don't know.
You know, Dion, I'm sure when you were a little kid, you imagined like building a woman out of clay and giving her all these weird features, but a butthole that ripped your dick off wasn't one of them. So,
I think you just proved how much and how well you know me.
yeah, like you said, it'll ruin anyone's day, bar from maybe Joel. You know, he gets weird.
Yes,
Let's
that's
talk-
true.
Well, keeping on this weird train and this DC train, let's talk about DC developing a Joker origin movie with Todd Phillips, Scott Silver, whoever the fuck that is, and Martin Scorsese. Have you guys heard about this?
Oh. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
man,
awful
I
idea.
heard about that like just the other day. I totally agree, dude. That's. I mean, and again, I know I agree with Jeff very often, but what the fuck are they doing over there? What are they doing?
Grasping
Well-
at straws.
It's kind of like I told Jeff yesterday. It's like it seems like all they're doing in the industry nowadays is they're finding stuff that's successful, and then they're just going to flog it like a pinata until it finally busts and there's no more candy. So they've been doing
it for 20 years now. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but the pinata is still holding up because they're still bashing the shit out of it, giving us these types of movies.
That's true. But I mean, with as little as with the attention span of people now dwindling slowly, I think they're going to lose. There's going to be like that universe movie bubble is going to pop at some point. Everybody's going to be like, no, I want something new. Fuck this.
Hopefully, because then maybe they'll actually be put into a position and have to actually come up with something new and creative and actually interesting.
Well, and also the thing you have to understand is that there has to be a drop in money for there to be any sort of change for that. Once there's no more money, once people are tired of it, once they quit giving it money, only then will they change.
I just think, besides that, you can't tell the Joker's origin because the whole point of the Joker is he doesn't have a lockdown origin. Like, yeah, in Batman '89 they gave him one, but a lot of people complain about that. Remember, you guys have all seen Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, correct?
I have
A long time ago.
Well, they kind of tell a Joker origin story, but they don't. They just, like, weave him into shit in the past before he gets, turned white. That works. This is going to be retarded. I don't care if Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, Francis Ford Coppola, and the Pope is involved with this movie. It just isn't going to fucking work.
Yeah, and it's going to be one of those things like, yeah, it's just really going to flop. It's going to be horrible.
Especially if they have Jared Leto.
Yeah, from what I keep hearing, he's not going to be involved, but I don't know. They may just be like, yeah, you were in the last one, you're recognizable, we'll just have you in this one again. And even then, aren't they doing the Joker Harley Quinn movie as well?
That's our next piece of news, man. It's moving forward at Warner Brothers with focus directors, so I don't know who those people are. But do you guys care?
I care enough that they're ruining. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I care enough that they're fucking ruining this property. I mean, that's why I care. I understand. Everybody has their own vision. No, I understand that, but their opinions and visions can be dumb, can be wrong, and DC clearly is fucking wrong, man. And it's driving me crazy that they're okay with this shit. It's really driving me crazy. I mean, you're gonna fuck up the very reason why the Joker is so cool is because we don't know who the fuck he is. I mean, it's cool that he has a shit ton of fan theories out there, and that's only based on the Christopher Nolan movies. But it doesn't matter if you bring in Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese doesn't do fucking comic book movies for a reason. And yeah, because he's above them. But now that he sees that they're going to pay a lot of fucking money for it, he's not going to adhere to the source material. He's going to bastardize it, and it's bubble, it's his own thing, and there's no integrity. Isn't important just because you say the word integrity when you're talking about your movie. What the fuck? That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything, and it's like,
yeah. But are they going to pull the Joker origin story from the Gotham TV show? You think?
Either that or the old storyline when he thinks that Batman's dead and he's this fucking dude named Jack and he goes back to his wife or some dumb shit. I can't remember the name of that.
Well, no, in the Killing Joke, his wife gets killed.
Right. Okay.
Because he goes under the Red Hood to try to rob that chemical plant, and his wife was killed the day before. Like, there was a loose wire or something, and she was pregnant with the baby, and she got electrocuted and died. And then
I remember that.
Do this job for us.
Well, there's one. I can't remember the actual. I have to find it because I read it a couple months ago, and it was he's the Joker. He blows up this thing, and he goes back to this woman. Maybe it's not his wife, but like he has a mental breakdown. And he's like, "Oh my god!" It's like, "Jack, you're back." Blah 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 blah. And I mean, that's what I would assume. They'd pick some weird storyline out of the blue and go into that bullshit.
It's just frustrating that we're getting to a point where we're getting so many comic book movies now, and they're all like misguided. There's no unifying vision. What's the DCEU building towards? Nothing. What was nice about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it built to the Avengers, then it built to the second Avengers, and now it's building to the big blow off Avengers 3 and 4. What did DC build to? Well, Superman happened, and then he fought Batman, and now it's building to the Justice League with a Wonder Woman movie in between that has nothing to do with the Justice League. It's all bad marketing and bad movies. I mean, whatever.
Even then, I mean, and that's what's so fucked up is that anytime someone critiques one of these movies, like, "Hey, this is a bad idea," well, you're a fanboy. No, you look at successful movies. Even if you want to compare it to other fucking comic book movies. What did Avengers do? They built it up. They fucking marketed it as, and when they came out with shit about the movie, they didn't tell the fucking twist at the end of the goddamn movie. They didn't tell the final plot point. They didn't tell the climax of the movie. Even if you look at other movies, that aren't comic book movies that are super successful, fucking the marketing. They marketed the hell out of the movie without telling you what was going to fucking happen. I mean, that's just fucking. It's movies 101. You want it to be successful. You don't fucking force feed your shit into the viewer's mouth, and then why did they not come see the movie? Because they know what the fuck's gonna happen, idiot. Why would they go and watch it?
That's how I felt about BVS. I got the whole premise from the first or second trailer? What was the trailer? Spider-Man: Homecoming gave away the whole plot of the movie too.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. There was one.
Well, I remember we talked about it on this. Yeah, and even with that, with BVS, we said it here on the show that, oh my god, they fucking showed Doomsday. So they showed Doomsday with the first fucking trailer. It's like, what? Why would you show that? No one's with the first full trailer they showed Doomsday, because remember the teaser they didn't show anything, but then in the first full one it was like, oh, that's Doomsday, what the fuck?
Yep. So the whole movie you're waiting for him to show up.
Not only that, they showed Wonder Woman showing up. So the movie's called Batman vs Superman. Why the fuck did you show Wonder Woman, knowing not only does that show that she's in the movie? I mean, I get the idiot standpoint, like, oh, well, you want people to come see because they'll see the three of them in the same movie. Having Wonder Woman in the trailer proves they're not going to fucking fight for longer than 5 goddamn minutes. Like, what the like? It's amazing. Fucking Warner Brothers is doing this too.
And
like,
don't even
like
get
they're
me
just
on the fucking. Don't get me on BVS with how Superman had to die for the dumbest reasons. Like, that movie's garbage.
Yes.
Yeah, and the stupidest, the random connection between, oh, your mom's name is Martha too. Oh, fuck. I trust you now. Like, fuck you, man. Not to mention...
the greatest moment in cinematic history ever.
Why'd you say that name? Martha. Martha. With a fucking spear. Like, that's the first thing Batman would make, is of all the weapons he can make, I'm going to make this a giant... Just because we want to have the symbolism in the end with Superman with a spear fighting the monster, we're going to have Batman, the dude who's a mental match for Superman, the greatest regular human on the planet, make a goddamn conspicuous as fuck spear to fight a super demigod. That makes a lot of fucking sense, guys.
Yeah, because like even all the stuff he had before, the fucking Krypton, the Krypton gas grenades and everything like that were amazing. I loved that shit. That was awesome. Yeah. Like every time he'd regain his power, he'd fire another one and keep beating the shit out of him. Like I loved that shit. And then like the spear comes in. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, this is this weird sacrifice that Warner Brothers and DC is doing just to get a weird end result. Like we want that final scene of Superman with a spear against a giant monster. We want to try and bring back these memories of Greek mythology with this spear, but without it making any fucking sense. we want to have Jesse Eisenberg, who is in some stuff good, but is such a singular actor. We want him to have him so bad in our movie, we're gonna make him the antithesis of Superman. Fucking Jesse Eisenberg, not Matt Sarris, who we're gonna make goddamn Lex Luthor. Yeah, the vision is really coming through, motherfuckers.
Yeah, and what I keep hearing is like they're doing a lot of standalone movies. You have Aquaman, Shazam, Wonder Woman 2, Cyborg, Green Lantern. Like you're having a lot of these standalone movies of these characters, which I just don't get why.
Because they're trying to catch up to Marvel, but people just don't care. They're on the... Here's the thing. Marvel's on the backswing. DC's trying to jump on for the ride, but after the backswing, it's just going to even out, and we're done.
Yeah, DC's going to lose a lot of fucking money real quick once Avengers 4 happens, and that's the end of it.
But guys, we have Cyborg versus the Martian Manhunter versus the Red Tornado coming out in 2024. Who gives a fuck?
Oh, God.
Well, not only that, it's so weird because... Remember when they were first like, well, we're going to have The Rock as Black Adam. Motherfuckers, you haven't even started filming the Justice League movie yet. What the fuck are you doing? You have I get wanting to have the hottest actor on the planet right now, have that shit locked down. But you have the hottest actor on the planet. You have a property that you fucked up just 6 years ago. Why in the fuck are you not making The Rock the goddamn point-up superhero that everyone wants to see? Why is he not Jon Stewart? You want to make him the fucking, demigod anti-hero that no one really gives a shit about. Only reason they do is because of the goddamn Injustice video games. But you just want to have him in his own movie. Why the fuck wouldn't you just make him Green Lantern? It's like, what, just because you want to see him... Just because you want to see him later on, it's amazing. It's amazing what they're doing right now.
Yeah, they're gonna lose so much money so quickly. It's gonna be hilarious.
The Rock should have went to Marvel.
Oh yeah, 100%. But who
he could have? I don't know who he could have played, but he should just be in the Marvel toy box.
Here's
out of place in DC.
Well, no, just go ahead and make him Batman. Like after Ben Affleck, just make The Rock Batman. That's fine. Whatsoever. They fucked up so much now. I'll believe it. It's fine.
Batman changed his skin color.
Yeah, like at this point, I'm just like put him in the bat suit, let him kick some ass, let him be like 8 feet tall and be 10 feet wide. Just make him be Batman. It's okay. I'm fine with that.
Make him be Jean-Paul Valley. He could be the other Batman. No, make The Rock Robin.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Put him in the little boy shorts and the pixie boots.
Oh my god. And then make Kevin Smith Batman. There you go. Let's do that.
Oh my god.
No. Even better. Rock Robin. Tommy Wiseau Batman.
Yeah, it's just bat armor super glued onto a hockey jersey.
Oh hi.
Oh hi, Riddler.
That actually might be successful.
I didn't touch Catwoman. I did not.
I did not.
Then you can
oh,
just
hi,
cast
Commissioner.
Greg Sestero as the Joker.
Oh God.
He'd actually put a really good performance in there, and then
He probably would.
He would be the best thing. Yeah, like at this point, they've shit the bed so much. They should just add gasoline to the fucking train fire that's happening with DCEU. Just bring in everybody and just make it crazy. Just make it fun. Be like, yeah, we don't care anymore. We're just doing shit now.
Well, that's literally the only way you can save this fucking franchise, because you painted yourself into this corner where you didn't want to world build. So now you're painted in this corner where everything has to be amazing. You might as well just fucking go balls to the wall and say, hey, yo, Christopher Nolan, here's half of our budget for this entire franchise. Make this fucking movie. Get Christian Bale to come. You know, like just fucking throw shit against the wall and go for broke, because they've really fucked themselves on this one.
Well, you know what they have to do, and you know what they're going to do is the Flashpoint movie. The Flash movie is going to be like the backtracking of all this shit, where he'll go through the Flashpoint paradox, and he'll go fight in the alternate world, and then he'll come back to our world, quote unquote, and things will be slightly different, and that would be cool. That'd be cool if he comes back and Christian Bale's Batman again. And that's it. Everything else is the same. But Christian Bale's still Batman. He'd be like, who are you? They can't understand a word he says.
I'm Batman.
Is she with you? What? Is she with you? Wait, what? Is she with you? I don't know her. I don't know if you're asking.
No, I don't need a tissue. What are you saying?
Yeah, I don't need a tissue. Is she with you? No, I don't need a shoe. Is she with you?
No,
I don't want to listen to. I don't want to go see Mr. Blue. What?
Oh Jesus! That would be fun.
No, I don't want to listen to Corn issues. I'm fine.
Oh goddamn!
How many packs of Marlboro Reds do you think he had to smoke before he had to do that role?
8.
Just to get that, like, he just put down like a carton every day before shooting. I could see that.
Remember, he's Australian. They start the day off with like 2 packs, so it's not too crazy to assume that he smoked 3 or 4 packs a day while making Batman to get that authentic super Aussie flair in the Batman.
I thought Christian Bale was like Welsh.
I think he is.
Hey, who the fuck cares?
That fucking same thing.
Australians used to be British, and then they went to jail.
Some kind of foreigner. That's all it is.
Yeah, he's a foreigner. Get him the fuck out of my country.
Thanks, foreigner.
Yeah. Build that goddamn wall.
Build around an island.
Can we just
saw
have
that
a
worked out with
dome?
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, can we just have a dome so nobody comes in then? Let's do that.
Yeah, but we gotta have like holes in it so like the air can get in and out, or else eventually we will all suffocate.
We don't need air.
Could we make?
They already made this shitty show.
It'll be like the Eclipse.
Nice.
It was cool. The Eclipse here was awesome. It was like, you know when they make those day for night movies?
Yeah.
And they put like a weird filter? Mm-hmm. It wasn't as dark as they get, but it was like just like somebody put a weird filter over the sky. It's called the moon, but still.
Yeah.
That's how it was for us as well. Like we were at probably 95% like totality, and it was still pretty awesome.
I was in 100% totality. Just saying.
Nobody cares about you, Kenny.
Yeah, I know, but nobody cares. But it was still really cool because you're right. It just
nobody cares. Damn it! On to the next thing.
Fine. All right, fine.
Why are you so aggressive? Jesus.
Somebody put sugar in his gas tank.
Yeah. He got a massage today, and they forgot to give him the all around the world.
Oh, they did. It was just a dude, and
Oh, that'll do it.
He's asking a whole bunch of questions to himself right now. Did I like it?
He didn't have very soft hands.
No, they were rough as 10 grit sandpaper. It was weird.
Why are his eyes so blue?
Bro, it's not gay if I come really hard right now, is it? Dude, speaking of gay, I just watched a movie called Boat Trip. And I hate to admit it, it was fucking hilarious.
Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Yeah!
Jr.?
My
God.
Dion. Before I try to drink, you become an asshole.
When you get the chance to watch it, it's on Netflix. It's fucking hilarious.
I definitely gotta watch it now.
It's got a gay Roger Moore.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yes!
Why'd you do that?
It's hilarious. And it's back in, 2002, so he still looks okay. He talks about how he used to be in the military for 30 years and he only served one queen, Her Majesty. I was like, no, don't tie it to James Bond. Don't do it.
Damn it.
Hey, Sean Connery did that with The Rock, okay?
Yeah, but Sean Connery was cooler than...
Yeah, the character in The
Christian
Rock
Bale.
was way cooler than some random dude on a gay cruise.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some other gay shit. So, apparently this Joker Harley Quinn movie is going to push back the Gotham City Sirens flick, so I can hear dozens of people crying out in terror.
Well, what I keep hearing is that it's either going to push it back or take it over. This is what it's going to be. And I think the people who are involved with This Is Us and the movie Crazy Stupid Love are involved in this project as well, which is really weird.
Well,
I mean, I get
But
that
for
the title-
DCU?
describe it.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. It's just like you want so bad to appease this niche crowd that doesn't even read comic books, and you're gonna change these villains into anti-heroes because that worked out so well with Suicide Squad. So much so that when you do this, you can't make them villains again because we've seen them as anti-heroes already. And you're going to do it with some very titular villains. It's just like, okay, you guys can't help but really just lube that dildo up and keep fucking yourself. You really can't help yourself.
They're suction cupped into the bathroom wall and they're just going at it hardcore.
I think they're out of lube at this point.
That's that 10-grip sandpaper Nick was talking about. Just tearing their asshole apart.
They're so numb they can't feel it.
Just like Chester.
And that's why they're making dumb decisions. But I mean, just like the people I'm seeing are involved, it's weird. Like, it looks like they're trying to do some sort of like anti-hero psychotic couple like
Bonnie and
rom-com.
Clyde.
Yeah, like Bonnie and Clyde / rom-com thing. Like, what are you fucking? You're just stuffing this thing with as much shit as you can pile in there, and trying to get this to be good, and it's gonna be horse shit. It's gonna be so bad. Oh man.
Well, my thing is, why wouldn't they put this movie out before Suicide Squad? That way you don't have to... Like, I get that Suicide Squad was made so they could have the Joker and Harley Quinn, but why not just put the Joker and Harley Quinn in a movie together? No one cared about Deadshot, or... what was the other guy's name? Slipknot, or Killer Croc, or Rimjob, or any of those people.
Slipknot.
Like, no one cared about those characters. Everyone went to see Harley Quinn and the gay Joker. And when the Joker was too gay, people rebelled. And now we're stuck with Jared Leto. So I hope DC kills him off and brings back Heath Ledger's corpse and just has him, sit on camera for a few minutes.
I just linked you guys the Joker Harley Quinn movie that I think we should have.
Oh, I'm watching it right now.
Yeah, I skimmed it. I was like, nope, I'm good. I'm good for now.
Eddie Cantillo's on the podcast?
Yes! Skimming movies.
Only if he gives a review.
Skimming flicks and sucking dicks.
Every movie, 5 stars.
Stop hailing it.
I want him... Ew, she's fucking the Joker in the ass.
Yeah, that's why when you said gay Joker, it made even more sense.
I want Eddie Cantillo to review Boat Trip. Eddie, I know you're listening. Review Boat Trip.
Fucking better be listening.
Yeah. Oh, God, I'm clicking off this. I don't want to see the Joker take it up the butt. There are certain things you don't want to see, kids, and the Joker taking a blue dildo up the ass is one of them.
I laughed.
Well, you want to laugh some more?
Sure.
So apparently the Justice League Dark script is so bad that it's getting extensive rewrites. So I have a question for you guys. What
The Justice League Dark. What is the Dark script?
It's like Constantine and Zatanna. It's like a
Supernatural version of the Justice League.
Okay, cool.
Why don't they get Sam and Dean Winchester to actually just... Isn't that a Warner Brothers produced show?
Yeah, it is actually.
It
CW.
is.
Yeah, it is.
Why don't they just get them on the fucking team and team them up with Constantine?
Because that would
Zatanna,
make
and
them.
else?
That would make way too much sense, man. Way too much.
And that would and I couldn't watch the movie because I'd just be like rock hard in the theater the whole time. Like it would be too much.
Yeah,
That
man.
sounds like a you problem. And not
Especially if you made it like season 1 through 5, Supernatural 2.
Especially Supernatural with Constantine. Like I'm done. Like I'm good.
I just came. I'm gonna pass out in this.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass out. Somebody wake me up at the end.
Anyone else have any input on the Justice League Dark film?
Ugh.
That's a good response.
I'm not surprised. I think you're right. DC's trying to go so fast, trying to do so much that they're just fumbling and stumbling over their feet.
It's embarrassing to be a fan right now because Marvel can't make a good comic book to save their lives, and DC can't make an amazing film to save theirs. So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, DC's gonna make so much stuff to even after Marvel's done that they're just gonna lose so much money on it. People are gonna be so spent, and nobody's gonna want it. Nobody's gonna care, and they're gonna lose like millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, on what they're doing.
Good.
It's just frustrating, man. I don't know how many times I can sigh in disappointment tonight.
Yeah, because and one thing is, like, if it gets to that point, I wonder how long it'll take them to say, like, all right, we're done, and then they'll start like shelving, like, movies and stuff.
Well, even the DC animated flicks have taken a dip in quality over the last 2-3 years. It's like everything they're touching's turned into shit. When before they had a really good track record. I mean, go back in time 5 years ago. Go back in time 10 years ago. 9, actually. They're the main event. Even though Iron Man and the Hulk and all that shit was great, it wasn't until the Avengers came out that people stopped talking about the Dark Knight as the gold standard. Like, it took 4 years. And DC had a really good lead, but they fucked it up. They should have really just doubled down with Green Lantern and then had Batman and that Green Lantern and just tried to do better in the sequel than had even Brandon Routh Superman. Just like make a Justice League out of those guys and use Christian Bale as your anchor, and you guys would have been set. You could have beat
exactly because even
by 2 years.
And even then, you have Mark Strong as Sinestro. Like, holy shit! Like, that's a great. And even so, you have Kevin Spacey as fucking Lex Luthor. I mean, if you want to talk about someone that was born to be a titular villain that's fucking huge in popular culture, it was Kevin Spacey as fucking Lex Luthor. I mean, all you had to do for that one, yeah. Well, I mean, easy with that one. He's so lonely. But I mean, you just get rid of Bryan Singer, and bam, you have a decent Superman franchise that started out slow but could have ended real well.
Yep. Because I would be willing to forgive Superman Returns if the next film was just like Superman versus Brainiac, balls to the wall action. Hell, you could have Superman meet Batman, like, post Dark Knight, to where, like, something happens, Superman appears, then Batman comes out of hiding from the events of the Dark Knight instead of waiting the 8 years. Then Gotham City sees that he actually is the hero, the truth comes out about Harvey Dent, and then Batman could be operating again in the light, quote unquote.
Or even if... Well, I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, that definitely sets up a way better, group of Superman movies than what we fucking been getting. Or even if you wanted to stick with what you got, with he doesn't show up until after what happens in The Dark Knight Rises. I mean, you could have someone just say, hey, maybe we should try to get a hold of Superman or something. And then by the time that you have like a quick lead in to maybe we need to get Superman or allude to another Justice League member, and then you have a Dark Knight Rises where he saves the city, and then maybe at the end, after the credits, you show Superman or something. Like, you have other options to build on the fucking universe that you already made.
Yeah, like, remember how in Batman Forever they talk about Metropolis in just that one sentence?
Yeah.
Why not just do that? And I don't need to, like, have a fucking Wayne Enterprises truck get hit by a satellite dish at the end of my movie. Like, it's a little on the nose. Anyway, Dion, would you like to hear some of the worst entertainment-based news you'll hear all week?
Oh, shit. Let's do it. Hurry up. Put me out of my misery.
Pull the Band-Aid.
Bad Boys 3 is unlikely now that Martin Lawrence is talking about... Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that like this. Bad Boys 3 unlikely now, claims Martin Lawrence. Sorry, there was no comma in the headline that threw me off. So, according to IGN, the long-gestating third Bad Boys film, Bad Boys for Life, might never get made. In an interview with Entertainment
God
Weekly,
damn it.
Martin Lawrence revealed that the project is getting constantly delayed, and with Will Smith's busy schedule, there's a strong chance the movie will get canceled entirely.
God fucking damn it.
Will Smith, you're not in a lot of good shit lately. Just do this. Do 3 and do 4 back to back and be done. Just be done then. That's all we want.
Yeah, don't be the genie.
Yeah, don't be the genie. Also do Men in Black 4 and then we'll forgive you for everything. It's fine.
Exactly.
Not
Save yourself,
everything.
Will.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
After Earth was pretty horrible.
I was
Yeah.
going along the lines of Jaden, but you're taking it Entertainment Weekly, so whatever.
Yeah. Something got spoiled with Jaden and on the way there. So
His butthole got spoiled. Sorry.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
How
I
can we
missed
have
that.
a
What happened?
butthole if we can't see it?
I missed that. What happened to him on the way there?
He got spoiled.
Where at?
He got sodomized in the anus.
That's what I thought. Just making sure. Making sure the old headphones are working right.
For the layperson, he got fucked in the ass. Anyway, I'm saddened by this news because I like Bad Boys as a franchise quite a bit, and I welcomed more movies. Because with the action movies, I always like to see where these characters are a couple years down the road. Like with Lethal Weapon. I used to just think Lethal Weapon was okay. Now I'm in love with it. And I want to know what Riggs and Murtaugh are doing now that Riggs has that baby. Like the kid would be almost 20 years old.
really,
Yeah.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon
1998,
was
man.
1998.
Yeah.
wow,
Wow.
holy shit.
Yeah, so Brian Late feels old.
He always
instead-
fucking feels old.
But instead, we got fucking Damon Wayans as fucking Murtaugh. Like, God damn it.
And nameless white guy is Riggs. He has a shitty beard and a mustache.
I like that one. Nameless white guy. I'm going to start using that more often.
That's what he is to me and forever will be.
Just change my fucking Facebook name to Nameless White Guy.
Please do.
I think they got a second season for that show. I'm pretty sure.
It's not the worst
Really?
thing
I
I've
thought
ever
it
seen.
got. Oh, man. You know what? When I fucking didn't hear about if it got extended, I should have known that's fucking. Because what was that? Was it CBS that did Lethal Weapon?
I
Fox.
think so.
Yeah, I think it was.
It's Fox.
They will.
Okay.
They will be. Is it Fox? Oh yeah. Fox. They cancel all the good ones and fucking beat the horrible ones into the fucking ground.
Yeah, Fox renewed for a second season, which will premiere on September 26, 2017.
Never watched the show.
It was okay.
The first episode is so
It was
bad. It got better.
But like
though.
they're forcing all 4 movies into the first season, pretty much. That's what it is. Because
Well, if Mr. Joshua shows up, I'll be happy.
because Leo Getz was in it and towards the end, and it was weird.
Was it really Joe Pesci?
No, it was the guy from Reno 911.
Thomas Lennon?
Yeah, I think so. Let me look at it.
That might actually be okay in my book. He was in Boat Trip, by the way. So
Yeah.
let's tie everything back to Boat Trip tonight.
Thomas Lennon was Leo Getz. Yeah.
Well, he plays the gay character very well. That's why.
Dude, he wasn't gay in Boat Trip. He was a priest who was married.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He was gay on Reno 911 though. So.
Oh, yeah.
Dang-
Very.
Dude, Dangle, I love fucking Dangle. He was the
I
best
know.
character on the show.
Yeah. That was a
those
really good
fucking
show
white
until like
boots.
season 5.
I've
And
only
there's, like-
seen the first 2 seasons, maybe.
3 and 4 are definitely worth the watch. I think after it was either after 4 or after 5 when like a couple of the main cast left and they got some like dyke chick in there and it was just like, yeah, this isn't as good anymore.
Well, the movie's garbage, so...
Yeah, the movie was not good. The movie was essentially several storylines from the TV show like crammed into the movie.
And The Rock dies.
Yeah, the Rock's there for 10 seconds.
I forgot about that part, but you're right.
Yeah.
Even
Was
though
he a-
he's a
was
pimp,
he a-
and pimps don't kill themselves.
Damn it! I was just gonna say that. You piece of shit. Fuck you.
Sorry.
You stole my obscure reference of the night. God damn it, Southland Tales. We love you.
Well, we always hear
Cocaine.
let's just reverse everything and go back to that point so Dion can get that in there.
So anyway, he dropped this grenade on the ground.
What was he not being a pimp and he killed himself?
God damn it! I hate Southland Tales so much.
I'm glad I never watched that movie. It sounds horrible.
It is so garbage. Oh my god.
Do you got soul, but you're not a soldier?
Fucking
listeners out there, if you don't know what we're talking about, go watch it.
Or don't.
The universe, and because not only is The Rock, was he supposed to be an actor in that movie?
Yeah. That's
It's
too
The
meta.
Rock
He's supposed to be an actor.
Not only is he an actor, not only is Sean William Scott a cop that we have no idea what he's doing. We have Justin
Stifler.
Timberlake, who apparently is a scout sniper, who just randomly does a musical number. Just randomly does it. Just because it's just
fuck.
It's hilarious.
It's that retarded.
Jeez.
Nick, would you like me to tell you the quick synopsis of the movie Southland Tales?
Yes, please.
Please, because I have no idea about it either.
With the United States under the threat of a nuclear attack, the lives of several people converge in a dystopian Los Angeles. Movie star boxer Santaros, Dwayne Johnson, plans his next film with the help of ambitious porn actress Krista Now, Sarah Michelle Gellar,
That's not so
and
bad.
troubled policeman Roland Tavern, Sean William Scott. Meanwhile, Marxist revolutionaries, greedy corporations, and secretive government agencies pursue their separate agendas among a paranoid populace. That sounds like modern day.
See, that's where it goes downhill. Once it was just he wants to make a porn movie with Sarah Michelle Gellar, I'm like, okay, I'm in. But then all the other shit, it's like,
Don't they steal an ATM or something and the car flies or something weird like that?
What?
Yeah. It was because the car. Oh, fuck. I'm trying to. It's so hard to remember specific parts of that movie because it's just so chock full of bullshit. You're like, what? Every time you are literally asking someone else in the room, what is happening right now? I love that movie so much.
This was that point where The Rock still looked like the wrestler The Rock, so it was kind of weird to see him in movies because he had a full head of hair and sideburns. But he was trying so hard not to be The Rock. God, that might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, it is. It is. It is just so fucking crazy. It is so crazy. So crazy.
drunken
Cray,
commentary.
That can happen. Oh, speaking of commentaries, Nick, you know what I realized we've never done anything for the channel based on?
What?
Back to the Future.
Oh my god! How have we not done this?
We've never done anything related to Back to the Future on this channel.
Oh, that's true.
Ever.
We have.
So, I guess that should happen at some point.
Yeah.
Hell to the yeah.
Okay, maybe we'll get something out this year for Back. Oh, by the way, Dion, we had so many comments that people want us to do James Bond stuff, so
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck yeah.
tighten your butthole. We got to go through the 007 flicks.
Count me in, baby. Count me in.
Sign me up.
We'll do like, do you want to do commentaries with retrospect? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just do commentary retrospectives.
Okay, cool.
Brian Lape, you're invited if you'd like to join, because I know you have some James Bond knowledge.
All right.
Yeah, he saw Dr. No when it was in theaters the first time.
Not quite.
Did you know that Dr. No was originally a monkey? Because that's a true story.
What?
Yeah,
Yep.
He was originally a chimp in the script.
Oh my god.
Good thing
Oh,
they fixed
dude.
that.
Wow. Okay, this is the best picture to describe Southland Tales. And let me describe it to the listeners as I share it with you guys. So it's a picture of a beach, and on the beach is Zelda Rubinstein, the old lady from Poltergeist, Booger from Revenge of the Nerds, the guy who does the voice of Rex from Toy Story, Wallace Shawn, an old white lady that looks like B. Arthur, and some Asian. Like
Some Asian.
here, and they're all in like
What?
silver futuristic clothing.
Oh, I
Asian guys from
always
Southland
love that.
Tales.
I always love that in movies where like the future, it's like everybody's wearing chrome fucking outfits.
Jesus.
Like in Austin Powers.
Oh my god.
I designed them myself. And Ross is like, huh.
Sitting in a plastic
Oh
chair.
my god. That's
I'm-
amazing.
I'm confused and perplexed and curious all at the same time.
Oh my god. Apparently, the guy that made, well, not apparently, but according to this, the guy that made Donnie Darko made this movie.
Well, even then,
of course.
Donnie Darko is still fucking questionable. So everyone's like, "Oh, Donnie Darko is amazing, best movie ever." It's like, no, it's okay. It's really fucked up and weird, but whatever.
I like it.
Are they wearing
boring
jawbones
shit.
too? Yeah.
Well, and also they made a part 2, like where it was like Donnie Darko's sister, like sister of Darko or whatever.
Yes, Darko.
Yes, Darko. Wow, The Rock is so skinny in this picture.
Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, that was before he was like up every morning clanging and banging at 4 a.m.
He was clanging and banging, but he was trying to be the typical thin leading man.
Oh,
And now he's just trying to be The Rock.
yeah, eats 58 pounds of buffalo a day.
Well, he kind of lost me a little bit when he got rid of the Brahma Bull tattoo, so...
Well, didn't he get it redone or something?
Yeah.
No, he got it covered over.
Oh, yeah. You got to cover it over.
Full.
Yeah.
It's like a surrealistic looking image or some shit now.
Oh yeah. I saw it online. No, I really enjoy him in Ballers though. Like I really do think he does really well in Ballers.
I think he just...
I
plays
do. I
himself
love
in that show.
Ballers. Yeah, basically, not really. It's what he wanted to have been as far as a football player. Yeah, because he wins a Super Bowl and blah 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 blah. And it's really good. Apparently it's based on shit that like Mark Wahlberg experienced. Because it's of course it's Mark Wahlberg, but.
It's funny how The Rock can't let go about his football career that never was, because if you ask me, he's had a better career than any football player could ever have in history. Yeah, he was a pro wrestler and he wasn't in the NFL, but he was the most popular pro wrestler next to Hulk Hogan. Now he's one of the highest paid actors of all time, and everyone fucking knows the dude. Like, what more could you want?
Yeah, plus
seriously.
Through rap albums in a clothing line?
He could have that tomorrow if he called up fucking Jay-Z and goes, "Hey, Jay-Z, this is The Rock. The Rock wants a fucking album out tomorrow, jabroni." They're going to give him some old used tracks. He's going to send over the lyrics, and they're going to have an album with The Rock. And then they're going to go to Walmart. They're going to take a bunch of shitty shirts. They're going to rip out the tags. It's going to say, designed by Dwayne, and they're going to fucking sell them for like $80 in a boutique somewhere. The Rock has the pull to make anything happen.
That's very
true. He can make a person disappear legally.
Legally? Oh, damn.
Can't stop The Rock.
They're a terrorist. The Rock
Stakes have just been raised.
The Rock says it's a.
I hope he becomes the president and only refers to himself as The Rock.
Oh my
So,
god.
when he gets into like arguments with North Korea, he's like, The Rock says he's gonna fucking drop a nuke on North Korea. It just randomly spouts out the catchphrases.
Oh my god.
The best bit was he went to go talk to the United Nations, and he's like, "Do you actually think the U.S. is going to get involved in something halfway around the world?" Well, Mr. President, it doesn't matter what you think.
The Rock is going to lay a smackdown on the Social Security system if you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Oh god.
Fuck it, I'm voting for this guy right now.
No. The correspondence dinners alone are going to be like fucking events on TV. Like they're going to be pay-per-views and shit. If it just his fucking speeches, I swear to God.
Dude, if
The
he
Rock's
stays
gonna,
in
like, come from
character,
the
it'll be
table.
great.
He's not going to have a presidential suit of a presidential $500 shirt. He'll bring back the gold chain and the fucking gold Rolex watch.
And
Those shitty loafers.
It'll be fucking Donald Trump's last inauguration, and we'll just hear the fucking "If you smell," and like, "Dearly beloved, we are here today for the biggest piece of monkey crap The Rock has ever seen."
Oh my god.
Is he gonna pin Donald Trump and then become the president?
Oh my
Yes.
god. Can we do that, please? Can we just
After his vice presidential candidate Mick Foley runs in and hits him with a steel chair, it'll be the Rock and Sock presidency, baby.
Oh my god, the Rock and McFoley versus Trump and Pence, dude, I would watch it all day.
Yeah, the Rock and Sock
All
Fucking
administration.
day. Oh god, all fucking day.
They just copy the promo package from WrestleMania 17. It's just like, Donald Trump, look at me, Rock. I'm huge.
In China.
With all due respect. The Rock didn't ask Scaramucci to be his manager. The Rock did. It was your response. I do not want the mooch.
Oh
Can we live in
god.
the alternate reality where this is a thing?
I'm
It might
seriously
happen.
considering tweeting him right now and saying, you need to run for president as the character The Rock. and spend the next 8 years just playing The Rock as president.
He should just stop acting and go back to being The Rock, like full time. Just like show up on TV shows, public events, birthday parties, just as The Rock.
He would win in a landslide. All 50 states.
Well, see, here's the thing I'm worried about. They might dig up some shit that we don't know about him that comes to light during that whole thing, and then we're just like, oh, The Rock's kind of shitty. Like, that might happen.
Dude, I can dig up footage of him punching women in the face, so...
Oh my god.
Well, dude, one time, when he left the corporation, China punched him in the back of the head, and he, turned around, and the commentator goes, "Oh man, this is a man's world," and all of a sudden The Rock just punches her right across the fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Or when he told China that she should get on his knees and he gives her what she deserves. That would be the greatest anti-Rock slogan. The Rock has once told a woman to get on her knees. You need to get on your knees so The Rock can give you what you deserve. And remember, do you actually think The Rock is ashamed of that time in his life? It doesn't matter what you think.
Oh my god!
Everyone would eat that shit up.
I love how you're already writing his. You're writing the other side's fucking anti-rock fucking commercial and stuff.
Rhetoric, yeah.
Yeah, it's happening already.
Did you know in 1998 The Rock cheated to win the WWF Championship?
Oh my god!
And then it shows Mick Foley's I never said I quit. Did you know in 1999 The Rock beat a man senseless in front of his family? It was only supposed to be 4 chair shots. Did you know that in 2020 this man is trying to be your president? And it shows him beating up John Cena, and everyone's like, "Holy shit, this guy's amazing!"
Yeah.
And it's fucking Mike Huckabee or some other Rick Santorum being he goes to one of the Rock's press conferences. Have you hit women, The Rock? I don't know what you're talking about, Jabroni. Well, it doesn't matter what you think. That'd be great. Because one of them would just be would stammer. It doesn't matter. Be so good.
That's my favorite Rock promo when he's talking to the Dudley Boys.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what your name is.
And he
oh my
him
god!
Right across the fucking
it would be the most entertaining campaign year ever.
Now, Nick, I personally feel last year's campaign year was the most entertaining, at least in my lifetime. God damn!
But imagine, no. Imagine if The Rock 100% serious and takes it seriously and does all this stuff. It's gonna be, and even during the debates, he's The Rock and he's on. Oh my god! Oh,
dude, he will lose the debates because they'll go Mr. The Rock, you're up first, and he'll go, you have 3 minutes. He'll just go, finally, The Rock has come back to Houston, and he'll go on and on. He's okay, you didn't talk about the transit system. It doesn't matter about the transit system. The only thing that matters is the million. And he just goes on and on and on.
Dude, it'll be the most entertaining thing ever.
The funny thing is, since the whole world loves The Rock, other countries will just ignore all of his shortcomings, and he'll just become the president on his charisma alone. He'll unite the world. They're we love The Rock, one nation under The Rock, and everyone's just we're gonna form a political Pangea where we're all one.
Political Pangea.
Know your role and respect the Constitution.
Oh.
The Rock lives by the First Amendment. The Rock dies from the Second Amendment. I don't know. You just keep going on and on. It'll never get old.
All I can think of is him being Terry Crews from Idiocracy. That's all I can think of.
Yes.
Yep.
Dwayne Elizondo, Mountain Dew,
Camacho.
That's all I can think of. And as scary as the movie is, I just kind of want that now. Fuck it. It's okay. Let it happen.
Him and his big white beard.
Oh, man.
So do you guys want to talk... Since we're making up all these comedic references, you want to talk about some comedy that's not funny?
Yeah, I guess.
Amy Schumer.
I thought you were...
Damn it.
God damn it.
You got the not funny right.
I haven't drank enough for this shit.
I haven't drank any tonight, sadly. So there was a little rumor going on that she complained that she wasn't paid the same as Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle for her comedy specials on Netflix.
She's not as good as...
Oh, shit.
So today, a new article comes
more.
out that says... She says, I don't deserve equal pay to Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle.
You're right, bitch, you don't.
Is Amy Schumer the most unfunny mainstream comedian ever?
I mean,
she's up there. She's up there now.
Yeah, she's definitely up there. But I think what it is, it's more of just like, you know, like because we're being a woman and she's in the spotlight quite a bit. She had or still has her own show on Comedy Central. Like all these feminists were like, oh, you know, don't turn her down because, you know, she's really funny. You should give her a chance. Like, no, she's a plagiarist and a cunt. Fuck her.
You can see that I have what I'm now calling an at-risk.
Yeah, she's not funny whatsoever.
Nope.
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
I was hanging out with a friend, and she's a Amy Schumer fan, and she was like trying to get me to watch a comedy special. I left after 5 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go home.
Dude, that special was so bad they changed the rating system on Netflix. Like, seriously. The leather special is the biggest fucking failure. I didn't even try to watch it. I just didn't even rate it. Just clicked on them.
Oh,
clicked on buy.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go rate it right now. Just thumbs down immediately.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. My cousin's in love with Amy Schumer. I just don't. Amy Schumer is like that drunk girl at the party that's trying to tell you a joke, but her fucking timing is just slightly off, and you're like, "What? Oh, haha!" And that's about it. That's all you'll get.
That's why you get her alone and you make her blow you or have sex with you. That's what you do.
Her vagina smells like a small barnyard animal. So why are you gonna stick your dick in there, man?
That is just so. What a visual! Just what a visual!
Yeah, I know that is what hell.
No, that's the joke she made. That's the joke she made.
I know.
I'm like,
it's. Go ahead, man.
I was gonna say I'm envisioning her right now, and it's like those fucking like that Pigpen guy from Peanuts. She's like standing there naked, and she's just got like all these like smell vapor lines coming off her cooch.
And her movies are fucking stupid.
Well, I know they've done horrible. You know, it's just like, you know, and not only that, but you're stealing bits from other shows. I mean, they're literally doing side by side comparisons, and it's like, what did you think was going to happen? Did you think that you would get famous and people wouldn't figure this out?
No, they're gonna fucking under a microscope.
Yeah, probably thought she was going to get the pussy pass and nobody would care.
Well, I mean, especially nowadays with the internet, and you're able to pull up anything you want, anytime you want. People are going to fucking go through that show with a fine-tooth comb. It's going to happen, so.
And that's why I will never have a political career.
Yeah, neither will I. Don't worry about it.
I don't. I mean, I'd like to be the mayor. That'd be cool. Be the mayor of some city.
Of Gotham City?
Yeah. No, if I ever ran for, like, a mayor, I would just steal all the Rock's, like, catchphrases and use them in my mayoral campaign.
So you would Amy Schumer.
Jeff is gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna Amy Schumer it. I'll be successful, because that's how she is. But Jeff is gonna tear down the fucking trolley car and all this dumb shit, because here in town, they put all this money into a streetcar that no one really uses. And now they're always trying... Like, Brian, what else have they done lately that's stupid?
Oh, good grief. Put me on the spot. Well, because of the trolley car, they've had to lay off teachers and cops and firemen and redo things with the budget. They're making the county residents pay for sewer improvements because they don't want to tax the city residents anymore. I mean,
so you see what happens, folks, when you build a trolley car that no one uses. Everybody loses.
Yeah, I see that thing every day. And when there's a afternoon Reds game, you'll see maybe a dozen people riding it to the game. But considering how, you know, it's an honor system, you don't have to buy a ticket if you want to take a chance. And how much the thing costs just to frickin' run. That thing needs to be packed, 40 plus people every time it goes by all day long. And it's I don't even think it's got as much ridership as the Atlanta streetcar, and it had the same problem. No one wanted to ride it as soon as they started charging for it. So
we need a trolley just like the ones from Full House. That would be
oh my god.
San Francisco streetcars.
Yeah, we need, and you know what we do is we hire Dave Coulier to be the fucking conductor.
Dave
Everyone
Coulier
would ride it.
He probably
would
would
just
do
all
it.
the voices and shit.
He needs the work, most likely.
That's how you should get people to ride your public transit. You should get washed-up actors to drive them. So like Dave Coulier and the guy who played Serge Bronson Pinchot, just all kinds of like late '80s, early '90s, like the dad from Step by Step, Patrick Duffy, just all kinds of people.
Oh my God.
Like who wouldn't want to ride a bus driven by
Richard Mole
Suzanne
from Night
Son-
Cop or Night Court.
Yeah, Richard Mole, I love that guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hell,
Yeah.
even get Judge Harry Stone.
Well, do you want
Yeah,
to
dude, I
drive
would
it or do
go
you want to
out of
do
my
an
way.
act? Just sit there and tell jokes and stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Like Harry Stone could be the driver and Richard Mole could be the ticket taker. I would go out of my way to fucking ride on that thing, even if I had no reason to go anywhere that the trolley car was going. I'd go on there and just sit there and wait for John Larroquette. Like, hey,
Have you
fool.
seen the episode of Night Court where he sleeps with the older lady?
Probably do that. When I was a kid, that was like my favorite show. I would watch like everyone religiously.
It's on here every night.
It's not here. I think that they had like the DVD of like season 1 and 2 at one point, but I don't think they sold well, and I've never seen them since then.
That's how Perfect Strangers is. I don't think the entire series came out. I bought seasons 1 and 2. I watched them religiously at Michigan State, and then I never found the rest.
I'm going to the Amazons.
Yeah, I need to.
lesbians.
Yeah, I need to buy the Are You Afraid of the Dark series off there.
Hey, Nick, real quick, speaking of Amazon, tell the listeners what Amazon did to you.
Oh God,
Those
Amazon,
fuckers.
Yeah, Amazon really fucked with my movie. They did Strip Club Massacre, and they pulled it from Prime entirely. It's not just like, oh, you can like you. It's not something you watch for free if you have Prime. Now it's just completely off. Like I think the image is still there, but it's just temporary unavailable. And it's because of the dumbest shit as well, like gruesome. Like it's because it's too gory by their standards, but yet they have a Human Centipede on there. So
Ugh.
That's just a movie about bringing people closer together.
And sometimes
Damn
you
it.
got to take the shit of people you care about.
That's right.
That's the story of
Literally.
That's the story of our friendship, Dion.
Sharing meals.
oh man,
Yeah.
oh man.
Hillary will make us dinner, then we'll share the same toilets, and you know
Boom.
that's how
Boom.
lifelong friendships are built.
That's
Oh,
right. Sometimes you see each other's assholes up close. Sometimes you don't.
And sometimes you realize that you and your wife, who's a different skin tone, share the same color asshole.
Boom.
Yeah, it was.
Because apparently
it was
you bleach, according to her.
it was really disheartening to hear that today. Like Amazon pulled your movie, but yet you go on there and like fucking Human Centipede and other more gory stuff is on there. It's like, really? And it seems like they're shitting on independent horror in general. Like that's just what's happening. Because I know some other filmmakers. I think Brian Williams with Bandit Films, like his movie Harvest Lake, could make it on there. And Space Invaders from Outer Space is not even getting considered because of like all the tits that are in that movie. Like it's not going to even be on there. So now we have to find a new platform to use. To get our movies out to people that they can at least pay a little bit for to rent or to buy, so we can make money and keep making movies.
Wasn't Brian Williams the name of the news announcer that lied and got in trouble?
That would be correct.
Yeah. Yep.
Lion Brian Williams.
Yeah.
He was in like a helicopter during a war or some shit.
Dude, he was
Well,
everywhere.
he was saying that he was in a copter that got shot down, and then they went to the actual unit that he said he was with, and they were like, he has never been with us on a mission, let alone on a mission where we got shot down. And then they were like, NBC's like, Brian. He goes, oh, well, I couldn't. I was in a lot of stuff. I couldn't remember clearly which one it was. It's like, motherfucker.
You should remember getting shot down in a helicopter. I got to think that
Plus,
would
it's like-
be some kind of imprint into your memory.
Yeah. Plus, and it's like, remember, the military records all this shit. So even if you say it was a helicopter that got shot down around this date, the military can go back and go, okay, around this date, were there any helicopters that were shot down? Because they have to record all that shit. And there were none around the time that he described. They're like, no helicopters got shot down around there, or around that time, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, yeah, I made that shit up. And I'm like, yeah, we fucking know that now, Brian.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Brian Lape remembers getting shot during the Civil War as well.
Yeah.
He was a drummer kid.
Yeah.
I've always hated slavery, goddammit.
Well, Nick, I'm glad I watched your movie on Amazon when it was available. So
Thank you, sir. You gave us 30 cents, I think. I'm not sure.
yeah, I watched
Yeah,
it,
I'm
rated
glad I
it,
watched it there too.
I did as well.
and I bought the DVD. So
Yeah,
not
yeah.
enough boobs in it, but hey, that's just me.
Well, I'm going to give Jeff the link for the DVD. It will be in the show description, so you guys can expand that, look at it, buy the DVD from us, hopefully, and help us out some more.
Yeah, anything to help Strip Club Massacre succeed, because it's Nick's first feature, but it's not his last. So.
Nope.
Hell to the no. I'm gonna get my copy and then fucking tweet a picture of that shit.
Dick's out for Strip Club Massacre.
There you go.
I'm down with that. Okay, speaking of shit, let's talk about Star Wars The Last Jedi real quick, because I saw this headline from The Hollywood Reporter, and it made me violently ill. Brian, please be the first person to comment on this. Star Wars The Last Jedi ships vehicles will have a 1983 aesthetic.
Empire 2.0. Confirmed.
If this could have been around 1983 and it feels good, then we're fine. Was the guiding principle behind updating the Imperial vehicles, says Lucasfilm's Kevin Jenkins.
You asshole.
Yeah. Nostalgia train ride never ends, apparently.
Nope, it'll never stop. Well, actually, it will stop.
Fuckers.
I feel like we're going to see a 20% drop from The Last Jedi and Force Awakens.
Oh, at least.
Yeah, well, before we watch this movie, I'm going to watch Empire Strikes Back, or what is it? Yeah, Empire Strikes Back twice, and then watch this movie to make sure of any similarities at all.
I just have one question, and this is really to Dion. How did we let Nick on this show if he doesn't have Empire Strikes Back memorized?
There's a lot of things about Nick that I question nowadays. I mean, the midget fetish, his resiliency, his resiliency to comic book movies. I'm just like, I'm your friend, man, and I love you, but we might have to have a sit-down conversation in a few months.
Then he'll get white girl wasted and all will be forgiven.
Hey.
Yeah, I know about to say. I was like, that wipes the slate clean for all of us, especially me.
So, Nick, do you want to talk about the Knight Rider thing, or do you want me to?
You go ahead.
Okay, so
you, Knight Rider.
Dion, I hope you're sitting down for this one.
Come on, man. I can't take any more bad news tonight. God damn.
So, there's a rumor that there's going to be a Knight Rider reboot starring Kevin Hart and John Cena! Yeah, this is fucking real.
Why would you? That pause, I got so excited because we went to the Lions preseason game Saturday, before I got bad news, and fucking a dude had a literal replica of Knight Rider, of Kit. He made it himself, and he was driving around downtown Detroit in it. And I was just like, well, maybe this will be good. Starring Kevin Hart. Oh, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Well, let me read you the article from popculturemovies.com. So this says, a Knight Rider movie reboot is in the works at the Weinstein Company, and now we have news that the two high-profile stars that are being considered in the film are John Cena and Kevin Hart.
Yeah, because the TV show did so well, guys.
So Michael Knight would be played by John Cena, and Kevin Hart would be the voice of Kit. Why don't they just hire Mr. Feeney back to do the voice? He's still alive. William, what's his face?
Friedel, I don't think his name is.
Yeah, that's Will Friedle. That's Eric.
Oh, that's right.
Why did you send a picture of Bridget the Midget to the chat?
Because Nick likes midgets.
It's really fucked up that I know who that is instantly by looking at her.
Yeah, so do I.
I knew who to look up as soon as you said he had a midget fetish. It's like, oh, I'm going to get him a picture of Bridget the Midget.
Yeah, she was...
You should have seen him at WrestleMania. He just kept... There was like a group of midget wrestlers, and he kept staring at him. He's like, you motherfuckers, where I come from, you're breakfast. And, it just got really awkward.
Maybe he just wanted to go toss one for sport.
That could have saved the main event.
You guys were trying to start a fight with them.
Be like, hey guys, you want to see something really cool? Watch how far I can throw this little fucker.
Oh my god.
Well, one was just like, excuse me, sir. And Nick was like, motherfucker, I've eaten burritos bigger than you. I was like, whoa, Nick, calm down, bro. That story may or may not have happened, but I promise you it did.
Yeah, because I remember her from the movie SWAT. That's where I remember her from.
Yep. Where she's like, "Hey, pigs!" I was like, "Jesus, Bridget, what the fuck?"
I remember her from a myriad of films that I don't know the titles to.
I'm sure you do, but you don't want to say them on air.
I mean, I'll say every word in the dictionary on this show. I just honestly don't remember the one where she fucks the black dude or the one where she fucks the fat guy. I don't know what they're called. They're just movies. Somebody filmed them at some point in time.
You just type Bridget the Midget into the search engine, and that's what you get. So that's all you have to know.
Or just Bridget the Midget in Pornhub. I mean, I feel like that's what I'm going to be doing here in a couple of hours.
Good job.
Yeah. We'll tell Eddie Cantillo to review those movies for his letterbox.
Go.
She's so short. She's so short, guys.
Go skim some Bridget the Midget clips there, bud.
He won't be able to stop once he starts. How does it all fit in there?
Ask Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, she's got a black hole between her legs?
What's that thing? Why does her part look different than mine?
If anyone in their 20s asks that question, they should be shot on sight.
Your father has failed you.
Yeah.
So did you guys get a chance to watch The Defenders yet?
Nope.
Hell to the yeah.
I do have another thing about the Knight Rider, though, if we're still on that.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
David Hasselhoff wanted Knight Rider movie to be more like Logan and directed by Robert Rodriguez.
Ooh.
So the Hoff wanted them when they were going to make the Knight Rider movie. His whole thing was, I want it to be like really awesome, action-packed movie directed by this guy, Robert Rodriguez. And apparently they were like, nah, we're just going to go ahead and put John Cena in it because, we want to see
21 Jump Street.
What is it with Kevin Hart and like really buff dudes from wrestling? Like I'm scared.
Because the comparison between a really short dude and a really tall buff dude is so fucking hilarious, isn't it? I can't stop laughing just thinking about it. Because he's big and buff and he's a little buff.
The jokes write themselves.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I just don't like the fact that Kevin Hart's attached to any movie ever.
Yeah, he's not. He's kind of funny on stage, but in movies he sucks.
Oh, I love him. I love him as a comedian, even though he's tending to tell the same stories over and over again. But the fact is, it's like just because someone's the hottest comedian isn't always the go-to guy for a fucking movie, man. Like that shit. We've seen this before. The shit doesn't last. Not every comic's going to end up being Eddie Murphy. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, Eddie Murphy's not even Eddie Murphy anymore.
Not at all.
We'll talk about that on another episode because I don't want things to be so depressing. So, Dion, what did you think of The Defenders overall on a scale of 1 to 10?
You know what? I gave it a 7. It was kind of underwhelming for me. I was expecting it to continue that what's the word I'm looking for? Momentum that it had, that the end of season 2 of Daredevil had. But it kept all the parts of Daredevil that you didn't want to see in Defenders. Luke Cage was awesome. I still think that Charlie Cox did a fantastic job. Daredevil's part in it was fantastic. But it was a lot slower than I liked, less action than I liked. And again, fucking Finn Jones is the goddamn kiss of death right now. He is so annoying. He's so overwhelmed. He's so overmatched. Every scene he gets his ass whooped by whatever actor's in the goddamn shit. I mean, and then again, I feel like they wasted the Elektra storyline. They really wasted this Hand storyline. They could have went crazy with it, and they didn't.
I liked it. I thought that the plot was essentially Batman Begins, with Hands. What they're trying to do with the League of Shadows taking over Gotham and the Hand taking over New York and all that shit. It's the same plot. But I gave it an 8. I thought it was pretty good. I got really excited every time Daredevil was on screen in the costume. I felt like pumped, like when I used to watch old Spider-Man movies. I'm like, yeah, Daredevil's here and he's kicking ass because he was a better fighter than Iron Fist.
Oh well, he and Luke Cage were the best parts of that show. I mean, especially when they start fighting and Iron Fist punches him in the face, and Murdoch's just like, okay, and then he starts kicking the shit. That was awesome.
What did you think of Sigourney Weaver since you have a crush on her?
You know what I thought. I thought she was fantastic. The only problem I had is that they took her storyline too fucking far. Elektra should have did what Elektra did way earlier in the series. I think Elektra, because obviously if you read the comic books, Elektra eventually takes over the hand, and they waited way too fucking long to do that. I think the different fingers, so to speak, of the hand. That was cool that they had it be, that they brought Madame Gao back. They brought, the dude in, the African dude, but they didn't show Nobu, which really bothered. He could have really been in it. The whole thing with
didn't he get killed off?
No, because he doesn't die in season 2, does it? Because I know season 1 you think he's dead, and then he comes back. Because at the end, he's the one that's there when they get Elektra's body and she's being put in that fucking sarcophagus.
Oh, okay. I thought he died.
It
doesn't matter.
He might have died then.
I agree with this. I agree with the similar sentiment. The funny thing is, you talk about how certain things were drawn out. I feel like this needed 2 more episodes.
It could have. It should have been longer than 10 episodes, but I would have loved to see Elektra take over the hands super early. Plus, the whole thing with, the hands whole thing being that they want this substance below New York, and when they take it out, the city's going to collapse in on of itself. That was stupid. That was what really pissed me off. Is this should have been something a lot more like in season 2 of Daredevil, where they fucking brainwash all those people into becoming members of the Hand. That's what I thought what they were going to do, was that the Black Sky is this. They're gonna open the door, and they're gonna fucking do this widespread thing that people are gonna become zombies, essentially, like zombie ninjas. That would have been cool. But they take this substance, and somehow the city's gonna collapse in on itself because this substance is holding the city up. Or holding Hell's Kitchen up. Come on, that was stupid.
Elektra was so pretty in that show, though. The whole time she was there, I was like,
she's fucking gorgeous as fuck.
Yeah. Elodie Young, that is a fine woman. I gotta say, though, the Defenders, all the women in that show were pretty sexy. Even Colleen Wing, who was kind of like, whatever, plain.
Yeah.
Was sexy.
Yeah. Her fighting with a fucking
I liked
katana.
Misty Knight the best because she had the best body. But
I like Rosario Dawson. I was kind of pissed that she didn't have any more sex scenes or show her, like, wearing, sexier shit. But Misty Knight's titties are crazy awesome. I'm like, God damn, woman, I want to motorboat the fuck out of you right now.
Yeah, like when she was walking around in that parking garage at the end, like you could see down her bra. I'm like, yes.
It was
those are double D's.
Oh yeah.
And she's thin, but she's got a nice ass. Like body wise, actually face wise, she's just good looking overall. Like, she's a good looking woman overall. I don't know if I'd go with Rosario Dawson or her.
Why not just have both?
That's true, but
at the same time,
you're getting dangerous. You're getting dangerous with that.
I don't know if I could emotionally handle that. Like physically, I'd be all in. Emotionally, just be like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest day ever!" When it'll come, like it's just gonna be me, grinning ear to ear. They're like, "What's your problem?" I don't know. I'm just so happy right now. Thank you both. I'm glad that the Defenders existed the way it did, and I'm really excited for Daredevil season 3 more than
for sure.
I don't really want any more Jessica Jones. I don't really want much more Luke Cage, but I want, and I actually don't hate Iron Fist as much as everyone else does. I do feel that the conversation about white privilege was annoying. I'll tell you why I don't hate him. I think for the character that he's supposed to be a kid who all of a sudden lost his family in his childhood and he was trained at Kunlun. My problem with that series doesn't necessarily come from him himself, but other things in the world. Like, that was the only Marvel show that I hated at first and then I warmed up to by the end. Jessica Jones, I was pretty much, like, I liked it for the most part the whole time. Luke Cage, I liked it for the whole time. Daredevil, I started at 10 and I ended at 10. When the fucking Kingpin showed up and smashed that dude's head in the door,
yeah,
like, that to me is the best entertainment Marvel's ever put out. Over
I
Avengers,
agree.
Over Iron Man and all that other shit. Daredevil seasons 1 and 2. It's raw, it's gritty, it's dark, it's true to the character, and it looks awesome. and it doesn't feel cheap like a lot of these Netflix shows do. Like Daredevil felt big budget.
For sure. And like I said, I agree with Jeff. That's fucking crazy.
It's the hallmark of this show.
But, the thing, and see, and the thing that I couldn't get enough of was the one thing I say, and even so, my issue with Iron Fist is that each one of these characters have a reason for what they're doing. They explain it, and they show its effect on the character. The beginning of fucking Iron Fist, he doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing. And that got so annoying. And then they drug that out for so long, and then you come into Defenders, it's like his character's playing catch up. I get the whole being a kid who's overwhelmed and trying to find his place, being this living weapon to fight this threat. But motherfucker, he should have been there already. And then you have him, the saving grace for his character was he and Luke Cage. Fucking, I've yearned for years to see something come from Iron Fist and Luke Cage, and that fulfilled it. They really bounce off each other well. The scene where he's tied to the chair and they're laughing and talking, I thought is phenomenal. When he gives him the last fucking dumpling, I was like, I want to see Heroes for Hire bad. I want to see it so bad, and I hope that they do that instead of a season 2 of.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want season 2 of Luke Cage. Or season 2 of Iron Fist. I want season 1 of Heroes for Hire. For fucking sure. And as much as
why don't they?
But
also, good. I was gonna say, why don't they have Danny try to rectify the wrongs that Luke claimed he was responsible for, and then through their urban pacification or whatever they're doing together, they fight. I don't know. Somebody comes back and they fight because that Mariah lady's still in power.
Yeah, oh yeah, and her and Shades disappeared. I think that'd be great. That he kind of sets up his own little Heroes for Hire thing. I mean, you don't have to go so hard with. Cause in the comic book, he was like, "Yo, pay me." He doesn't have to do that. He can do more of the Nelson Murdoch thing. Pay me when you can thing. But have him and fucking Danny, trying to keep New York safe while Daredevil's gone for right now. I think that'd be fucking awesome. Or man, I want to see Heroes for Hire so bad.
I was really not crying, but I was really upset when I thought Daredevil died. I was like, no!
I was too. I was like,
sitting there.
Yeah, man. I was like, are they gonna fucking kill Matt right now? I mean, because it looked like a total fucking this motherfucker. There ain't no way he's coming back. I was like, oh, I teared up my damn self.
I just was sitting here with my mouth open, like, no, don't. Like, if you kill off Daredevil, I don't want to watch these shows anymore, because I always wait for Daredevil connections. Yeah. And then he was in bed with the fucking, his mom, essentially. Because his mom's that nun they call for, Margaret or Sarah. Whatever nun name they call, that's his mom, because in Daredevil Birthright, he wakes up in bed being tended to by a nun who's actually his mother, but he doesn't realize it.
Right. So
one thing I do, the biggest criticism I have, we're going back to that white guilt thing. I don't care about Luke Cage's opinion. That's cool. I'm not mad about the speech. But what I'm mad about is the fact that he tried to justify the dude was just doing what he needed to do for money. He was covering up a crime scene. That's illegal. I don't care what you're trying to do or where you come from. That's a crime. Like Iron Fist wasn't wrong in that scenario. Right. It's like, you're disposing of bodies. Not cool. It's not like a black or white thing. There's no it's a black or white thing. There's no gray area. It's not like you can be morally in this safe zone. No, you are covering up a murder, and Iron Fist was right to stop you, those kids. Luke was just wrong.
No, yeah, I agree with that. Plus, the whole thing that it's just that whole bit. It's like, that's the fucking character, guys. You can get on that white guilt thing all you want, but that's the fucking character. Read the fucking comic book, man. Get off this bullshit. That's the whole point. Is that he's the fish out of water thing. I'm sorry, that's what the comic book is. So you can't get mad. Number one, number two. Again, like I said, there are parts of Luke Cage that are very heavy-handed. And the fact that they brought that in, it's like you said, motherfucker, you tried to save the kid. That scene should have been about how Luke Cage failed, not that Iron Fist is privileged and rich. No, you failed, man. The kid was spraying acid on fucking human bodies. Sorry, dog. Yep. That's not good. That ain't good for the look.
I feel like Luke had the least direction of any of the Defenders. Even Jessica Jones, even though she's not my favorite, I think her thread was the most important one because she was able to tie in the architect with the hand, and she's kind of the one that set off a lot of these things in motion. Where Elektra comes out, Daredevil is more reactionary, but Luke Cage it's like, well, we only need you because you're strong, and you have a connection to Misty Knight and the police force. Other than that, he was just kind of there. I'm not going to say he's like Hawkeye in the Avengers, because that's like doing him a disservice. But he's a lot like Black Widow. She was in Iron Man 2 and had more to do, and in the Avengers she just kind of had a connection to one character and did X, Y, and Z. Iron Fist, you needed him because he was the key and all that other shit. And I don't want to spoil any more for anyone else. So, Nick, you should go watch The Defenders, and Kendo, you should watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia tomorrow, for real.
Okay.
Like, Dion and I have watched almost every episode of that show. Dion, is it not amazing?
I love the fuck out of that show. I really do.
I still got to do my top 10 episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one.
I already wrote the list.
Doing nothing anyway.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Who Pooped the Bed did not make my list, even though I enjoyed that episode. The turd merger. Anyway, let's get back to world-class bullshitters. We were actually having some good conversations right there.
Ooh, yeah. That's what we do for a living, bro.
Yeah, I love it. I'm just waiting to get paid. Oh, real quick, we'll talk about the Marvel thing, too. Did you guys see the Punisher trailer?
Hell yeah, I saw the Punisher trailer. It's a pig's pussy pork.
That was pretty cool. What if we found out that a pig's pussy actually wasn't considered pork?
My whole life.
All those years of our friendship.
Wow,
that would go down the toilet.
It would call an awful lot into question.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, because Dion, you and I couldn't drink together happily. That's not the word, happily, because it's like, you know, you want to have a couple drinks. Is pig's pussy pork? So like, if it's not pork, then every time we wanted to drink, you said no, but I forced you to. Like, does that make me the asshole?
Yeah, like it brings our whole world apart. It does. Like I don't know what we would do. I don't.
I guess we'd have to just stick with there's a bear shit in the woods. I don't know. Gotta be some phrase. Joel, if you're listening out there, that one's for you. Anyway, Punisher trailer was cool. I was hoping the Punisher would show up in this.
I was too. I really do. I really was. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do with season 1 of Punisher. I'm kind of hoping that they, do a Jigsaw thing. So I mean, let's see how that goes. But I'm super excited, dude. John Bernthal was born. I mean, for me, it's a close tie between him and RDJ as Iron Man. Like he is a perfect casting.
I still like Thomas Jane more because I like his Punisher. Seems like he's not too far gone. Like maybe Rebecca Romaine Stamos and he could have started a family and he could have just been a normal dude. and that's what you kind of want to hope for with the Punisher. It's like, man, maybe he can, regain some semblance of normalcy. But it just won't happen until his mission's over. With the Thomas Jane Punisher, I feel like his mission was complete. He got everyone that killed his family. He took down the Saint Empire. Awesome movie. John Bernthal was cool. And I have no complaints. I miss Thomas Jane. It's like when I watch. It's like when I watched what's his face, George Lazenby as James Bond. I enjoy him, but I still really wish it was Sean Connery.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love every once in a while. I'll watch the 2004's Punisher, and then I'll watch the Dirty Laundry video right afterwards, and kind of pretend that there's going to be another one after that. I fucking love Tom Jane, but I just think that fucking Bernthal, like the scene where he's in the courtroom. And he starts freaking out, like, I'm the fucking Punisher. I'm the big bad Punisher. And the whole idea of him being in constant combat mode, but then you have, comparatively speaking, he's talking to Karen Page, and he's just like, my old lady was mean as hell, and, love is getting kicked, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I love that relationship between combat Punisher and that remembrance Punisher, that he's still longing to see his family again. And he does that so well. He does that so fucking well.
I completely forgot about him going to court and stuff. I need to rewatch that.
Dude, I'm telling you now, I started watching because I lied and told her that I didn't watch The Defenders all in one night. I told her I was watching episodes of Daredevil season 2, and I had to go back and start watching Daredevil season 2 because I was like, fuck, this is so good. And I just love, the fucking fight scene where he kills all the dudes in jail. Like, that shit is beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
I considered watching The Defenders again. Like, today I was doing something, I was like, maybe I should just go back and rewatch that whole show.
I really do like it. And again, that's just me being critical. But, for the most part, it definitely was, it even though I was kind of underwhelmed with it, I thought it could have been bigger. It was, it definitely was what they built for, and I do really I really loved it.
Well, would you like to talk about something you thought was just okay but didn't love?
Why, of course, is what I do.
Nick, you're involved with this one too. Stranger Things. Ooh. So there's going to be 3 more seasons of Stranger Things.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that because they said, after season 4 it's gonna be done, and I'm fine with that. They have a definitive ending. It's not gonna be just like, yeah, we're gonna take this all the way for these kids to go to college with, and they're gonna be in college still dealing with this, fucking parallel dimension bullshit. Like, no.
Wait, you wouldn't like it if when they go to college it becomes an 80s teen, like Porky's?
wait, but it would be like Porky's, but with like sci-fi. It would be like Porky's mixed with Porky's mixed.
No, we talked about a black hole vagina. Like Will's getting it on with his first girl in college, and like her vagina's a lead to the void or whatever, and he's like crawling in there, and like he hears his brother or whatever.
Now you're talking. Now it just sounds like Videodrome the whole time. That's what it sounds like.
If we can get 1986 Debbie Harry, I'm in.
But no, I'm glad they're doing like 4 seasons of it, and they're just ending it. It's done. That makes me happy. They have a definitive ending for the series, and I'm just going to go on and on. And it's going to be just like this thing. It's like, well, the first 5 seasons were good, and the last 5 sucked, and it's just going to be like, well, we got 4 awesome seasons done. I'm really happy with that.
Dude, that video you shared this morning was incredible.
Dude, like the guy who cut that together, like if that's never going to happen ever. I wish it would, but if that were to happen, oh my god, that would be so fucking amazing.
I talked about my jaw dropping when fucking Vincent Price starts doing the Thriller rap.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Leon, you need to watch it.
Let's see. I know I have it somewhere. I'll pull it up. But yeah, like I really love Stranger Things. I'm really happy for the second season, and I'm glad they are ending it. Once season 4, it's going to be a complete story. I'm happy with that. But I'm sure other people are mad. They want like 20 seasons of it or 10 seasons of it. It's like you can't. I don't think you can. You really don't want that. You want that, but you really don't want that.
Hey, Kendo, Brian, did you guys watch Stranger Things?
I have not. No.
No, but I did see the trailer you're talking about.
Oh, the fake one that Nick shared today?
Yeah.
That was incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah. I thought it was real. It's like, Netflix got all that? Nah, this can't. It was too good to be true.
Well, no, they would have to spend all their $7 billion on that right there to make
that. I'm watching it going, well, no wonder they're losing money hand over fist.
But yeah,
I bet you, Nick, it would not cost as much money as we think for them to actually produce that show, because
I mean it would be a pretty penny, but it's not going to be like it's not going to be $7 billion.
Well, think of it like this: The Evil Dead maybe is a popular show on Stars,
yeah,
but to get the rights to get that would not be that expensive because it's an independently owned thing.
Yeah, I think
Hellraiser's a dead franchise.
Yeah.
Halloween's not doing too much right now. Friday the 13th's kind of dead.
Yep.
If you just throw anything at these studios that they want to do something with their properties, it's like, hey, to come in and do something with it. And I think I would like to see, not Stranger Things with all that tied together, but see an Ash movie where it's essentially like the Monster Squad versus Ash, but the Monster Squad's actually like Freddy, Jason.
Yeah. We've talked about this before, and I mean, like that's in the realm of possibilities. Even to have Ash versus like Universal Monsters, that's still in the realm of possibilities. That can be a thing, and that would be a $1 billion franchise. Having Ash versus Dracula versus the Mummy versus all these people, like that would be a $1 billion franchise. You could easily make I would easily love watching 3 movies of each character over and over again because it's just Ash Williams like kicking ass, being funny, being crazy, being stupid, all over all over those monsters. And that to me is a dream because I've watched the show recently. I think season 2 is out on Blu-ray and DVD now, and I bought that. Season 3 is coming out, but I love the show. The show is amazing. I can't wait for season 3.
I need to catch up on season 2. I only watched season 1, but I loved it.
It's a really easy, fast watch too. Like you get sucked in, and it's just click, click. Before you know it, you're done.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I mean, they could do that. They're not going to because they want their Dark Universe and all that other bullshit, and they have like Javier Bardem Morgan, like being.
I'm so glad that caught on.
He's gonna be like one of the characters. You have Johnny Depp being one of the characters as well. Like, you know, it's just dumb, and they want to. They're trying to, you know, make this bigger than it is. It's like, no, bring it back to the 80s. Bring it down to, you know, what that era was. Just like fun, cool shit. Lots of quippy, you know, remarks and stuff, and just go with it, man. But they're not going to. They want to make it this artsy, like big, you know, convoluted thing, and they've tried it 3 or 4 times and they've failed. That's the problem.
Don't tell them that.
You know, it's dumb. It's dumb, and they need to be better.
All right, let's see. What else do we have to cover? I think we pretty much hit all the news. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to add?
I saw a news article where James Cameron was pissing and moaning about Wonder Woman, saying that she's not a positive, like, feminist icon. But that was about it.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. I don't think he's right or wrong.
Essentially, let me pull it back up. What I was reading of it, he was talking about how Sarah Connor was like this positive, like strong woman character, and that she embodied like all these good qualities, whereas Wonder Woman didn't because she was too good looking. Here, I'll pull it. Here, his exact quote. All of the self-congratulatory back-patting Hollywood's been doing over Wonder Woman has been so misguided. She's an objectified icon, and it's just made male Hollywood doing the same old thing. I'm not saying I didn't like the movie, but to me, it's a step backwards. Sarah Connor was not a beauty icon. She was strong, she was troubled, she was a terrible mother, and she earned the respect of the audience through pure grit. And to me, the benefit of characters like Sarah is so obvious. I mean, half the audience is female.
I mean,
is half the audience really female?
No,
because that's a terrible thing. Well, there's, you know, you're taking the percentage of people in America. Let's say it's 50-50 male-female, even though it's not. You're not... If the audience for Terminator is even a smaller subset of that, and we don't know. So this whole... fuck him. Anyway, go ahead, Dion. I'm sorry.
No, I feel like he's doing that thing that a lot of super famous people do. Like they'll say something that's a good point, but then they want to attach it to their personal opinion as if it's fact. So, like, yeah, like I get that. You know, that was a true statement about Sarah Connor. She was really a bad person who, you know, earned the respect of the audience over the course of the movie because at the end of the day, she wanted to do the right thing, and it makes sense. But with Wonder Woman, you know, I think that one of the few things it did very well was kind of tackle that objectified aspect. You know, especially when she goes to England, they did a good job. But there are a lot of issues with Wonder Woman, the reaction to it. But him bringing that up, that wasn't the problem with the movie. So now you're talking about it being misguided. You're bringing up something that is going to take away from the actual issue that Wonder Woman brought up. And it sure as shit wasn't that, you know, she's from the fucking island of the Amazons. They're supposed to be crazy awesome fighters and good looking. Like that's the thing, man. Like what the like how is that a problem with the fucking movie? And that's what he's doing. He's detracting from the real issue, which was all the fake supposed Wonder Woman fans who've never read a comic book of Wonder Woman, don't read Justice League, and sure as shit don't read comic books overall, coming to the movie and making it a political thing. That was what the problem was. It wasn't the fact that she's objectified and she's too pretty. Like, what the fuck? Like, that. Anytime someone says that, it infuriates me. This is coming from a guy who made a fucking movie based on a natural disaster that fucking had nothing to do with how fucking pretty the chick was, and that was the fucking basis of Rose's entire fucking character in Titanic. Was how she's pretty but she doesn't have anything. That was the fucking point.
I think it's
she got her tits out.
I think it's James Cameron lashing out that, you know, Linda Hamilton's ugly, but he was into her and married her. So maybe this is his way of just saying he's into ugly chicks and beautiful women don't deserve respect. Is that what you're saying, James? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Is there
man.
truly not enough room on the fucking door for Jack and Rose? I don't care. Like, James Cameron is one of my least favorite directors.
Well, like he's a smart dude. Like he like him and NASA work on shit all the time together, and him not realizing that both those people could fit on the door. Like, come the fuck on, dude. You knew what you were doing. Come on.
Plus, like, the thing about Cameron, it's like, let's maybe make this very clear to you, Jamie. Motherfucker, I'm not gonna fucking take a goddamn social lesson from a motherfucker who's known for treating his actors like shit. Now, you're a great director and you've made some great movies, but one, Avatar was fucking shitty, and you have a reputation for treating, like, you know, giving your whole staff hypothermia to make a shitty fucking ending to, you know, to a high grossing movie doesn't mean that you can come in here and get pissy just because Wonder Woman, you know, caused an uproar and the chick is super fucking hot. Like, calm the fuck down, man.
It's a weird time to be alive because everyone's politics are just fucking ruining everyone else's entertainment.
Everyone's bitching about everything all the time.
Except us. We're just, you know, telling it like
and shitting on it.
We're bitching about the people bitching about stuff. Is what we're doing.
Yeah.
we cancel out our bitching with, you know, we're righteous.
Plus, they're all
Exactly.
bitches,
Yeah.
so.
And we're right. They're wrong. So that's what makes it acceptable.
Right. Plus, at the end of the day, you know, if you don't agree with us, you're a piece of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
There are thousands of pieces of shit out there who hate my Star Wars videos. So
Well, they can go fuck themselves.
But you know, and that I think that's a great thing to bring up right now because, you know, James Cameron is trying to make this out to be like, okay, well, I've noticed this thing about Wonder Woman, and I'm going to say it. But you don't say anything about that with Star Wars. You didn't say anything about that with your fucking movie, Avatar. You're not saying anything else about these fucking franchises being built on bullshit that is overall hurting Hollywood, this bullshit blockbuster thing that we're going through. But all the fucking sudden, you and Linda got into a goddamn argument, and all of a sudden you want to get some brownie points with her, and she was great, and she's not necessarily beautiful, blah, 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 but like, motherfucker, why? What point are you trying to make by clouding this shit right now? You know, Star Wars is a prime example of that. We don't hear you saying anything about Rey. You don't hear you saying anything about how you have a bunch of characters who are literally just getting things because plot. You're not weighing in on that shit. But all of a sudden, Wonder Woman's a goddamn problem. Ninja, please.
He probably just wants attention.
I honestly think though that Disney realizes that Rey isn't the hit that people want her to be. Like, you remember, the internet's an echo chamber, so, you know, all the shit that goes on here is not even representative of 10% of what the real world's like. And I think they're going to slowly phase this character out. Like, they're trying to get this female market. They're trying to make Star Wars bigger, but that's not how it works with Star Wars. Star Wars is always supposed to, like, grab you at that, like, guttural level. It's like, oh, the hero's journey, and, you know, it's supposed to hit you on a subconscious level where it appeals to everyone. And they're trying to turn it on its ear. And I think people are, like, subconsciously rejecting it. And I think even Disney, like, with this push in marketing, like, all the merchandise images are out, she's not getting as much shit as she did the last movie because you can still find that on the shelves. And then we're going to get to the next movie where I very much think like this. This trilogy will die out. They won't make another trilogy per se. And her character won't be, you know, lauded the way people on the internet would like it to be, because I don't think most people really, when they think of Star Wars, they think of Luke and Vader and Han Solo and Princess Leia and never her.
Right. Well, and again, it was because it was, you know, and again, going back to fucking James Cameron's main point. Oh well, Sarah Connor earned the audience's respect, right? And you know that's a huge problem with Star Wars is you have characters that are just being given things because this is how we want the movie to look in the end, as opposed to, you know good and goddamn well she didn't, you know, Luke earned that because he got his fucking shit pushed in when he fought Darth Vader first. You know, you're talking, you know, and you know, and again, you know, like I said, the issue with a lot of movies now is that fucking weird need to just, you know, we're just the main character, so we're supposed to be great. You know, but he's not bringing that up. He's not going to fucking get in front of Disney and say, hey, you know, that's a problem that's really going to fucking end up hurting movies going forward. because people are going to naturally assume, well, if you just follow this formula, you'll make a bunch of fucking money and people will watch your film. You know, he's not going to go out about that. No, he's not going to bring up the issue with DC on how it's the same fucking thing. You know, people just doing things for the sake of doing things. No, all of a sudden, it's because Wonder Woman's being objectified. Does that happen in movies? Of course, it happens in fucking movies. But if that wasn't the case here, for you to do that again is fucking clouding the issue that we're having with entertainment right now, and it's fucking annoying as shit that it's coming from a dude. You know, oh, well, 2 of my movies are the highest grossing of all time. It's like, motherfucker, just ease up off the gas pedal.
I almost called him George. James, your movie Avatar is one of the highest grossing movie of all time, not because it's a quality film, it's because it had a fucking gimmick.
Yes. And how quickly
the
it was...
Avengers is close to your, but the Avengers almost made as much, and that was not a gimmick. That was just a regular movie. Same with The Force Awakens.
Exactly.
Made a bunch of money on nostalgia, but still... It didn't have the 3D gimmick like fucking Avatar. Fuck Avatar. Ugh.
Well, even then, it's like, you know, oh, well, you know, she's being objectified. Well, you know,
who cares?
It's like
tits.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I understand people, you know, one thing, a part of a movie is you want to have people that look good. I mean, you don't see people getting fucking up in a tiff, you know, of other movies where they show a little bit of fucking cleavage. You know, you sure as shit didn't have a problem with making, you know, a fucking alien race running around with their titties hanging out. You sure didn't have a problem with that. You didn't have a problem with having randomly Sam Worthington, you know, CGI fuck his co-star. You had no problem with that shit. You know, but all of a sudden, you had no problem with Kate Winslet getting naked, but all of a sudden, she's objectified. Like, come the fuck out.
And how was Wonder Woman actually objectified in that movie? The thing is, I think a lot of people are pissed off because she wasn't promoting modern feminist ideals, because Wonder Woman was kind of a good-natured character. She wasn't pissed off and angry,
right?
Like a lot of these modern third-wave feminists that talk about entertainment are. Oh, the male gaze. Oh, this. Oh, that. Oh, like, look, Wonder Woman was cool. She had these superpowers, but she was like, you know, down to earth enough to fuck a normal dude and not try to like control him. Like these pissed off third wavers. They're the ones that if they had these powers, they'd like fuck a dude and then rip him apart and say, "Oh, he wasn't good."
Yeah, they would.
Yeah,
they pull a mantis and like, you know, fuck them and rip their heads off. But I think you know, and even then, like if you look at Wonder Woman, like men were the catalyst for everything. Like Zeus made Wonder Woman, I think, right? With out of clay or whatever.
Well, Hippolyta, the mother, made her.
Yeah.
But Zeus is still involved with making other.
Yeah. So and then and then you have Chris Pine's character when he dies, like he's a catalyst for her to like, you know, have a fucking temper tantrum and like get her powers or something. And you have Ares as well, you know, who provokes her and, you know, makes her fight him, and, you know, she wins and becomes more powerful. Like, you know, there's men all the way through this. Like, come the fuck on.
Well, not only that, but like
retarded.
the fucking when she goes to fucking England and like, well, a woman can't speak, and she fucking just goes, you know, fuck you. You're sending people to die. You're blah blah blah. Like that was a cool part. Like that's, if you want to bring up an example of how to do that, that's pretty close to it. Or when they're fucking in the trench and she just, you know, we can't go across, and she just grabs her shield and runs out there and inspires them all to follow her, like without her being like, yeah, that was, you know, like, that's a great example of doing that.
Yeah,
you know, and then but even before that part could even come out, you have, and again, I'm totally someone that, you know, I believe in, you know, all you know, equality and all this shit, you know, but you can't make your point by violating the goddamn Civil Rights Act and only women can come see this movie. Like no one's ever going to look at that and be like, you know what? Yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense. I mean, people like me who agree with, you know, the core shit of what you're saying, even I'm just like, you know what? That's fucking dumb, and I don't want anything to do with you. Like that, like you can't do it like that. And then you have someone like James Cameron who, again, you know, you have an opportunity and a mouthpiece to bring up the problem, and even the problem with pop culture right now. This unrelenting need to say things really loud and be the loudest one and be the right one saying it. You know, you have opportunity to bring that up, but no, the first thing you do is, oh, well, she's being objectified. Motherfucker, how? It wasn't like they said, we need her out here because men need to want to fuck her to fight. No one said anything like that, close to that, or anything that implied that she's only a woman to be fucked in the movie. And I don't like the goddamn movie. You're making me fucking defend this shit. Yeah, it's like, motherfucker, what are you doing? Why couldn't you just say, hey, DC's fucking up, blah, 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 blah. No, you gotta be, she's being objectified, and Linda Hamilton was blah, 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 blah. Like, motherfucker, that doesn't even make sense.
I think he was waking up from his fucking, from his like, coke-induced haze, and he's like, yeah, I watched this movie, and I have an opinion about it. I'm gonna talk about it right now. So he had, like, a moment of, like, soberism, and he decided to talk, and that's the fucking problem.
Yeah, it's like, go back to your fucking silk sheets and your fucking money jacuzzi, and then, when that shit runs out, then you can have a fucking opinion, because clearly you've got it all mixed up, pal. Like, it ain't all about, James Cameron took a shit today, and he thinks he figured out the problem with Wonder Woman. Like, motherfucker, go back to your wife winning an Academy Award over you. Shut the fuck up.
That's got to sting him every day.
Oh, yeah. I remember being so happy when the Hurt Locker beat Avatar. I was like, thank God.
Yeah, and I didn't even like the Hurt Locker.
I liked it. I didn't think that it deserved a goddamn Academy Award, but to see it beat Avatar, and then I was just like, oh my, there is nothing, especially for a guy like James Cameron, that hurts more than your ex-wife winning an Academy Award over the supposed one of the best movies of all time. Oh, that was sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Did we go see the Hurt Locker? I saw the Hurt Locker at State. Were you with me or no?
I want to say yeah, because I remember seeing it at State. Now, I can't, because obviously the movie's a little overrated. I don't remember it that well, but...
All I remember is that our accounting professor, Fred Jacobs, was there in attendance with us.
Yes, I want to say we watched together, man.
I don't miss that class. I miss chilling at State and all the fun shit we did, but not that class. Fuck accounting.
Yeah, that dude was not a very good teacher. Here's just read
it was
the book.
Ridiculously hard.
Well, he was really bad at, hey, here's an example, and then use the example in the exam. Instead of, here's an example, and then what's on the exam is not the same process we went over in class. I was like, come on, dude. Come on.
You figure out your overhead, you do... I was like, I could figure this out if you just handed me a book and let me study.
Yeah.
But I have to sit and listen to your fucking mustachioed ass talking on and on and on and on.
Yeah, I remember watching Hurt Locker. It was really good, and then I remember they were going after all the pirates who had pirated the movie like hardcore.
Oh, yeah!
They were charging them like $100,000 or $10,000 per download, some shit like that, and apparently they won all the cases, and that's how they made their money. I was like, that's a really shitty way to make your fucking money. Like, come the fuck on. Your movie's gonna get pirated nowadays, regardless. Just deal with it. Don't be a little bitch about it. Like you have to put that into your mind. Like, the movie's gonna get pirated, it's gonna happen. Just deal with it and move on.
See, that whole thing, the reason that pisses me off is because I remember, and they stopped doing it, but when at the beginning of the movie, especially in the early thousands, they'd show members of the crew talking to the camera and the actors, and then you'd see the production people be like, I get paid off of this movie. You buy a ticket, and I'm able to feed my family. And they did it for like a year, and they stopped. And I was like, well, why are they so against pirating, and they keep putting this shit out? I'm like, oh yeah, because they realize, all these people get paid before the fucking movie comes out. So they're not sitting at home I gotta wait to see. I gotta wait for this movie to do well so I get my fucking paycheck to people. Motherfucker, that's part of the budget, assholes.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, whenever you make a movie, you get paid before you make the movie or after the production is done. You never get paid in the percentage, afterwards. That's that's extra sometimes, but usually more than likely you get paid beforehand. That's how that works.
Yeah, and then it's just people were realizing oh yeah. Every fucking penny from the goddamn movie sales goes back to the studio to cover the cost of the fucking budget. It ain't like fucking Jimmy Smith, who fucking was the key grip for Batman vs Superman, is getting a cut of that fucking $800 million. Let's calm the fuck down with this bullshit. And then piracy's ruining movies. No, you keep putting a bunch of money in dumb fucking movies that don't do well. They ain't got shit to do with people watching your shit for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you guys.
Okay, so let's talk about last week's episode. So last week was episode 85 of World Class Bullshitters, where we talked about the Obi-Wan Kenobi film, and we had a lot of comments. Mostly positive. We had 114 thumbs up and only 13 thumbs down. So
Nice.
That is better than the Star Wars video I put out that has almost 50,000 views, but people seem really butthurt that I'm making fun of something that they loved in their childhood.
Fuck you.
Yeah. So, I guess I said if we got so many 007 comments that we do James Bond movies, we exceeded that number. So these people out here that listen to World Class Bullshitters are waiting for some James Bond content. So like I said earlier in the episode, we'll do it. I guess we'll do commentaries for all 24 movies. Yeah, there's 24.
Ooh, yeah.
We'll try to get those out. When does Bond 25 come out? 2019 or 2018?
2018, I want to say.
Okay. We'll try
November
to get at least
2018?
half of them. It's November for sure. If it comes out in November of 2019, we'll get all 24 Bond movies done by then. If it's November of 2018, we'll do at least half.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, I could do them all, but I think Dion would be like, I need to sleep and go to work. I'm like, no, you don't. You need to watch GoldenEye tonight, bitch.
Plus it's like, you know, don't make me fucking stay up late to watch goddamn Man with a Golden Gun. Please don't do that to me. Octopussy, I thought we were
I'm going to
friends.
come visit you to do that one.
Oh, dude, I'm actually really excited to do all 24 of them. That's going to be fucking fantastic.
We'll start at number 1, and we're going to, just for the record, people, we're going to skip the 1967 Casino Royale as well as Never Say Never Again because those are not official James Bond movies in the canon. They are James Bond movies, but they weren't produced by Eon Productions, so those aren't going to be done because, 1, they're not official, and 2, they're not that great. So, just saying. So anyway, let's get into some comments. So we got, besides the 007 comments, a guy named Bradford Walker who would like to discuss last week's Patron question where he says, the game he would like would be The Shadow from the 1994 film that was almost made but got canceled at the last moment. And he said it was a lot like Final Fight. Now, Kaylin Webb commented with a couple of original film titles. Last week we took the top 10 films and gave them porno titles. And Kaylin actually went above and beyond, gave us 5, but also gave us synopsis. So, number 10, A Tomboy Bond. A tomboy flirts with the neighborhood girl next door, and tomfoolery ensues. She is bound, gagged, and fucked.
I approve.
Jesus.
Number 9, The Past Apple. A period piece about Adam getting his brains fucked out by Eve.
What, with an apple-made dildo or something with a strap on?
Yes.
Has to be literal.
Oh, God.
Number 8, His Nap. A man is taken advantage of while in a coma by his step-twin sisters. Huh? Step-twin sisters?
Yeah. Step-sisters are a thing in porn right now.
Oh, God, okay.
Sis Love
Number
Me
7.
is one of my favorite series right now.
What is it now?
I've never heard of it.
Sis Loves Me.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that one. Yeah, I know that one.
Dion, we need to talk. Number 7, Fireman, Hose Coming. A group of teenage girls prank call 911 and get a fireman to come over and orgy. I just love that sentence. To
Come over and orgy.
That gets a heart and a thumb.
They may have already made that.
You're the expert, Lape. Number 6, G-Motion Movie. About a couple who want to join a Mile High Club and hit the G-spot while at 100 Gs in a fighter jet. Oh my God! Wait,
100 G's?
Yeah, they're dead.
I think you would die.
Wouldn't you die at like 4G or something?
I know that I know I'm gonna fuck this up for sure, but I think like 10 G's is the limit for the body, and like bad things start happening around that point. And any more than that, you start becoming like, I think at 100 G's, like you're just like a puddle of mush at that point.
Could you imagine a cum shot at 100 G's?
Jesus,
Dude, it would just like blow through that like girl's face.
And through every part of that fighter jet.
And the guy's dick would fly off at 100 G's.
Yeah, it would.
You couldn't even maintain an erection at 100
No,
G's. You'd be like,
no. You could.
but that would be
It would go
the greatest cum. You would feel that would be the greatest release. You'd be like every force in the universe is trying to be like, don't you come, don't you come. Not only would it feel amazing, but you'd be like, I stood up to the universe, bro. And at the end of the day, I fucking came.
You'd also be dead.
Well, that too, but I feel like it'd be worth the sacrifice.
Listeners, if we can get $50,000 in Patreon money, we will find a fucking centrifuge of some sorts, ramp somebody up to 100 Gs, and see how well they react in a sexual situation.
We'll do it with Dan.
And we'll film it.
He doesn't do good at 0 G, so let's see how he does at 100 G.
Oh, shit.
Okay. No Filter said, Jeff, the Defenders rock. 10 out of 10. I give it an 8 out of 10. I loved it, man. I thought it was a good-ass show. Reality's Frank. Farewell, cuckin', and don't you fucking dare come back.
Oh.
In Spartan words.
Yeah.
Harsh.
Sam Bastian. Sam Bastian says, oh shit, I made it. Haha. And yeah, I'm at a university, and you guys keep me straight from all the bullshit around. That's what we do, man. We're trying to protect the youth of the nation, even though we're all in our... Dion and I are in our 20s.
Stick with that.
It's like... I gotta rephrase that now, because normally it's like, oh yeah, we're all in our 20s. Well, no, Nick. Nope, no, not Ken. Brian's in his 40s, so...
Yeah.
He's almost a golden girl.
Yes. Less than a year.
Thank you for being a friend. Were you old enough to vote for Ronald Reagan?
No.
Yeah, he was old enough to vote for fucking Harry Truman.
Truman, who was the one Truman lost to whatever?
Dewey?
On the newspaper? Yeah, Truman, or Dewey beats Truman or something like that.
Brian voted for Dewey.
Andrew Hart, who's a longtime listener of the show, says, War for the Planet of the Gapes. Yes.
Oh, God.
That's
How
just
did we miss
gaping
that?
assholes.
How did we miss that?
Seriously, I'm thinking that right now. Like, what the fuck was I doing in my life?
Not focusing hard enough on porn titles. That's what you weren't doing.
God, son of a bitch.
Ride the Lightning 117 says, yes, Rape Man is the best. I guess he's talking about Dustin?
Yeah, when Dustin brought up that Japanese comic Rape Man.
Oh, yeah. I here's the thing, listeners. I record these shows. Very rarely do I go back and listen to them again because I've spent, 3 hours recording, an hour editing, uploading, and making the image, and I'm just, very happy we do the show, but I don't remember 80% of what we talk about. That's why Kendo's here.
Yeah.
The Slain Oracle, who must be fairly new to the channel, says, whoa, a world-class bullshitters comic? Yes, please. I think that window kind of closed. We didn't get our 30, what was it, 100 that I said we had to get?
100,
Yeah.
We got 4, and Slain Oracle, we'll let your vote count double, so we got 6.
Yeah.
94 shy of the cutoff. So maybe you can go to the Podbean page and look at the images I drew of all the guys on the show, and that will be the closest thing you get to a world-class bullshitters comic book for a while. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe we'll do more. Let's see. Lime Green Hulk. I've had enough with these motherfucking dead dragons on this motherfucking podcast.
Oh, dude, I fucking spoiled it for several people the other day, and I was very happy and proud of myself.
I'm proud of you.
Because I sent you that screenshot of my friend that tried to be funny on Twitter.
Yeah.
I sent it back to him because later he's like, dude, do you read spoilers or something? I'm like, nah, but I heard that one. He goes, well, fucking stop doing that shit, man. It's not funny. All right, well, just for that, I'm going to go out of my way to try to find a leaked script for this week's episode.
Never say it bothers you. That's what would always, the original Cuckin' Dustin James Well the Third never understood. Don't fucking...
Whoa, James Well?
James Well the
Third.
Third.
Is that last name James?
The Third,
James
yeah.
Well.
The Third. He's a crazy...
Anyway.
It's a family of explorers, whatever. But, don't tell us that it bothers you. Every time you admit that it bothers you, we're gonna keep doing it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
God, don't.
Yeah.
Come on.
Don't you know how this works?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you don't like that? Well, I'm going to keep doing it.
And then I'm going to look at you in the face and be like, you like that, bitch? You like that? There's a reason why these motherfuckers fit so well in the show. They get us.
That's true.
Yeah.
You complete me, Dion.
Yeah, I agree with Dion.
Man, he brought it back to a 20-year-old reference. Wow.
Goddamn right.
Thank you, Renee Zellweger. Yoshi Gamer 1234. Hey, dude, what's your opinion on Star Wars Rebels? Well, Yoshi Gamer 1234, I've only seen a few clips of Star Wars Rebels, and I thought it was just okay. So, I'm sorry, that was very anticlimactic on my part, but I don't know enough about it to give you an in-depth review. But I did like the Clone Wars, so that's something. Right? That counts.
I agree.
Waffle Boy Zek, would you guys like a Logan-like rated R gritty film tone for Obi-Wan? Yes.
Dude, that would be amazing, but we're never gonna get that.
Yeah. It's not gonna happen, but it'd be cool.
You kidding me? Him just disheveled in this cave, like every day doing the same thing, and then something happens where he has to like move out of it or whatever and go save somebody, and he has to use his force powers and his lightsaber to cut down people really violently. I'd fucking love that shit. Never gonna happen though.
Dude, it'd be like Grumpy Old Men, but just like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I know.
Like he comes out of his cave and his like fucking trash cans got knocked over. He's like, fucking sand people.
Get off my lawn.
I just hope we don't get an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie that ends right as Episode 4 takes place.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
The movie ends with him like walking down a fucking rock, and then there's Luke Skywalker in the distance, and you hear that. Oh,
that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Dragon sound.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. Come on, man.
Fuck you! I want to dream. So let's see. What else do we got here? More 007, more 007. Oh, Muhammad Murad. By the way, Ozark, the fucking gay... Wait. Anyway.
Fucking gay... never mind.
Well, no, it's the words are censored, so it's throwing me off. But he censored the word fuck, but he used the word cunt.
Huh.
So, I guess this guy's foreign because cunt's not a big deal in England, but it is in America. So, let's see. By the way, Ozark... The fucking gay and the fucking useless cunt of a wife should be dead, buried, and rotten.
Damn.
Strong words, but I do agree. She was a shit fucking character. The next comment he also had was, the diversity checklist crap is beyond belief. It's beginning to appear everywhere. It's ruining everything. I try to look for more content of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s from all over the world. You know, I'm all about having a diverse cast, but not forced, and there's definitely a difference. Like, Lando Calrissian was not a forced black character. Finn was. So...
Yeah, I mean, of course a black man would own a Cloud City. I mean, come the fuck on. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but that's how you make a cool black character, because everyone likes Lando.
Hey, use carbonite every day.
No, but the thing is, you could sympathize with Lando, because Lando did have a dilemma.
You and hold on, Jeff. You and Dan need to do couples costume where you're like one of you is Han, one of you is Lando. That's what you need to
do. I'm fine with being Han Solo.
I'm totally okay with being Lando. I love Lando.
Yeah.
It's like if we did Crockett and Tubbs, it wouldn't matter who's who because they're both awesome.
We understand the characters on a level most people dream of, Nick.
I know, and that's why, and that's why the costumes would be amazing, and the pictures would be even better.
We probably just do the especially if we like went out on Halloween. It literally would just be like us doing their first scene together in Empire, and then where it's just like, you old pirate, then doing the fucking the scene from Return. Like we would just do those two scenes over and over and over again.
Oh God. And also, like, if that were to happen one night and you guys and the camera swung you around, that would be a better movie than the Han Solo we've been making right now.
Oh, God damn it. It does make me laugh. I will say, as much as it hurts me, I laugh. So I literally read the article where they were talking about how the dude that they cast as Han Solo is not, like, people who, like, the executives and the director, they're all really disappointed in him. And if I'm having a shitty part of the day, I'll read that article. I'm just like, you deserve it, bitch.
I hope the Han Solo movie flops.
I'm pretty sure it's going to, like, oh, man.
It'll make less than Rogue One. That's all I can guarantee.
Man.
That's all I can guarantee.
Well, I mean, like, when is the Han Solo movie supposed to come out?
Next May.
Okay.
Comes out right around the time of Infinity War. So.
Jeez.
Start digging that hole now.
Yeah, really.
Yep.
Let's see. BBNN says, hopefully all the raging Star Wars nerds can finally admit the prequels were, for the most part, better. Plus, you have a couple of generations that grew up with them. Catering too much to the aging Star Wars nerds of the 70s and 80s was a mistake. They cannot be pleased. The younger nerds crying about random films on YouTube just do it to shitpost. If we went back, we'd see that George Lucas was right about changing a lot. Originals... Whoa, I'm not going to read the next sentence. Originals not really as good as people claim?
What the fuck is he trying to say? He's contradicting himself.
Yeah, he's jumping around quite a bit.
Yeah. No, the original Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back are as good as people claim, if not better. They're game changers, and they're quality, well-made films on every level. Return of the Jedi, 70-80% amazing. The rest is, toy commercial. But toy commercials back then were less offensive.
Yeah.
Let's see. Child of the Flower. Not sure if you're beating a dead horse on this, but if possible, you should add Doug Walker and Brad Jones to your list of reviewers. I know who those people are. Child of the Flower. I actually began working on the Problem with series today. Dion and I are going to get more in depth with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write out a script, and I'm going to record some of that, and then Dion and I are going to cover some of the other people like Chris Stuckman and stuff. But I'm going to go a little deeper, and just be prepared. It's going to actually be really good. I'm going to film some of the segments and record some of the other parts. So I'm gonna do, I think it's 10 or 15 people, and Channel Awesome in general is on there. The guy that's the cinema snob, I don't think is that bad. If you people want me to talk about him, it'll probably just be like saying like, oh, his camera work is shitty, or he talks about obscure stuff, but I don't find him offensive in any way.
Your audio levels are way off, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be technical complaints, because overall, I think his stuff is entertaining. Like, I'm actually subscribed to that channel, not Channel Awesome, not the Nostalgia Critic, not the Chick. Oh god, Linkara and what's his fucking face, Spoonie. Those people are on my list to make fun of. Like, they're all going to be lumped in with the Channel Awesome segment. So, if you want to hear me shit on Channel Awesome, that's coming. I don't know in what order I'm going to record these, but that's our next big series. So, Augs for President, that's what I'm working on. James Roa says, I've given up on the Star Wars franchise. However, if they do a film called The Rise and Fall of Salacious Crumb, I'm all in.
What?
Yeah, I saw that. That was hilarious.
The life and times of a small gangster and his journey to working with the Hutts. What turned him so evil, and his laugh so maniacally insane. The path to this droid eye-chewing... Sorry, I think you meant to say, the path to this droid eye-chewing sadist is about to be revealed. Or the past, so I'm wrong. Anyway, I'd still watch that shit in a heartbeat. So would I, James. So would I. God, meat grinder vagina. Meat grinder vagina. Wow! Lime Green Hulk also commented meat grinder vagina 50 times.
You laid down a challenge, man.
Okay, here's a weird...
You did it to the wrong people.
You need to comment in the comment section 1,000 times, join our Patreon, and then send the link. I'll approve every spam post. No. This one bothers me. Wreck suspense. Dion Green, age 26. Why is that a comment?
Yeah, I don't know what... I saw that too. I was like, what?
First off, they spelled your name wrong.
They always fucking do, man. They always fucking do.
Like, I feel like this is somebody that may have multiple accounts, but like, I've written your name in the descriptions of many videos. It's not hard. Like, just read it once. His name is spelled D-I-O-N. It's D and an ion, like an ion cannon.
Yeah, how do you fuck that up?
Trust me, I've been living with it for a long time. Some people just aren't the sharpest crackers in the box, man.
Now. We don't know that he was white. Don't assume his gender.
God.
All right, let's end this comment reading with the Nerdrotic channel, and he says, Netflix is the tech equivalent to a cokehead receiving a multi-million-dollar inheritance. Sure, it's going to be a great party, but a month later you're going to be in Tijuana, broke in jail with an STD.
Jesus.
Yep.
Fair analogy.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that. I like Mary 23's comment, too.
Mary 23. What's that one?
Well, somebody liked it as well. We give it heart about Jeff F's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me finish off with that one, because that was a nice one. So, Jeff F's GF here. Thanks, guys, for the great videos you put out every week. I can never wait to hear what all you have up your sleeve for the next episode. I am also not disappointed as to how I found out about the WCBs t-shirt. Thanks for the shout-out, and keep doing what you're doing. You guys rock. Well, thank you, Mary. I just don't like to ruin surprises for people, and I'm glad that you were cool with the way it was handled, because, you know, I would hate to be the guy that's like, hey, I ruined your birthday.
Right.
Yeah, thank you. Buy more T-shirts.
Yeah, buy more t-shirts.
Give us some more
And if I
fucking
wanna
money.
ruin your birthday, let me know.
No, she needs the model
Yeah.
one of them, all right?
Yeah, we need fucking equipment and a computer. So, people, if you want to help us grow, just send us a computer.
Yeah. Give us your fucking computers.
Yeah, I need. I'll give you. Nick will write out the specs we need on Twitter, and if anyone wants to donate a computer with said specs, we'll start doing like hardcore video work, and I don't mean porn, just like intensive video work.
If
Yeah,
you
the hardest
donate,
of hardcore video work.
if you donate $1,000 on the Patreon, so we can buy a new computer, I will personally come to your house, get drunk, hang out with you, eat everything in your refrigerator, and then tell you to go fuck off as I leave.
It sounds like
Shit, I want to give myself $1,000 just for that to happen.
you sound like that Netflix Kevin Bacon commercial that happened a couple years ago.
Hey, speaking of commercials like that, have you seen the Ted Danson Smirnoff commercials?
No, but I
Yeah.
want to.
Those are awesome as
Oh, dude.
fuck.
They're hilarious. Kendo, you should watch those after we get
I will
off the
do
air.
that.
So let's talk real quick about our subscriber count. It has grown almost 1,000 in 1 week.
Yeah.
So that Star Wars is Dead episode that I put out about a week ago has been a very huge success. So thank you to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. I know this is a weird place to put it at the end as opposed to the beginning, but we had a show we had to do. So anyway, to you new 800 plus people, thank you, and I hope this channel is everything you could have imagined it would be. There's nothing over on mail.com. Goop apparently is getting in trouble. Was that you that posted that, Brian Label?
Yeah. Yeah, they were some product of theirs. They were claiming they were using the same carbon fiber materials
Oh
that NASA
my
uses.
god! The
And
fucking
NASA, yeah, and the
it was,
spacesuits.
it was the fucking stickers. The
Right.
stickers that somehow have symbols on them that like align your chi or fuck with your digestive system or brain EMF, whatever. And NASA's like, yeah, none of that shit's real. Don't buy these.
Yeah, they don't use the carbon fiber in their suits, so.
Yeah, they don't. They use Kevlar and they use like aerogel for insulation.
That is so awesome. That is so fucking awesome.
Yeah, because like Goop was like hardcore. Like these stickers, I think for a pack of like 4 or 8 of them was like $120. Like, and they were just stickers. I shit you not.
That is so great.
And then NASA tweeted and fucking posted out everywhere. They're like, yeah, this is entirely bullshit. We don't endorse any of this. We don't even use those in our spacesuits. Like, what's going on here? The fact that NASA
is so awesome.
they have to take out of their busy day like a minute and be like, all right, we need to correct this right the fuck now. Like, it's idiotic, man. It's so bad.
So does anyone have anything else they'd like to add before we put this baby to bed?
Oh, the Patreon
No, sir.
questions.
Oh, yeah. Well, no one took the bait for Kendo's
Actually,
Patreon
one person
question.
did. It just
okay.
came
Why
over
don't you,
12 minutes
read
ago.
that?
This comes from Joel, I don't like you, Hastings, which is fine because I don't fucking like you either, you fuckhouse. It says, and it's kind of a shitty question. You can tell that he jacks off the comic books. It says, if you had to pick one DC female, one Marvel female, and one Image female to be your harem, Who would they be?
No one here has an image.
They don't have
Joel,
any
'cause
good female characters, motherfucker. Like what? Who had images he thinking about? I can barely think of any heroine from Image. Like, fuck, what's? I don't know, Joel. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I should just call him on the phone and be like, "That's a shit question, Joel."
I told you it sucked, but it's the only one I got. Because none of the rest of the fucking mouth-breathing peasants out there decided to go ahead and play along. A lot of people saw the post, but like no one commented, so there you go.
Well, okay, for my DC, I would. This is just women that you get to bang, right? I don't have to like.
Right.
They're in your harem, so I'm assuming you're going to bang them and then go blow up a building.
I'm gonna take Catwoman from DC. Mary Jane from Marvel. I don't know. She doesn't have superpowers, but I'm sure it'll be a good lay. And then from Image, since Spawn's wife,
Wanda.
What's her name? Yeah, Wanda. There you go, Joel. Question's been answered.
Come up with better ones
Dion, do you
next
have any?
time.
Jesus. I mean, I guess I'd have to go Power Girl from DC because she's essentially Supergirl and she's fine as hell. And then Marvel, I'd have to go with She-Hulk because I love China and thank God. And then Image, I guess I'll go with the wife from that comic book, The Mighty, that one-off series. There's essentially a ripoff of Superman because Image does that a lot. I guess I'll just go with the cop's wife from The Mighty because she's cool. She essentially gets the powers of Superman. So
now, I think we read all of Justin Beck's questions. We recast Beverly Hills Cop, correct?
Could always do it
yes.
We did the superheroes excluding Batman and Spider-Man. Would you like to see get a game, right? That was last week?
Because then we both just said Daredevil, right?
I said Superman, but you said Daredevil.
Oh, okay. I thought, man, we didn't agree on something. Oh my God, the show's gonna unravel, bro.
I would actually play a Daredevil game if it was like open world New York.
You'd have to be.
And you could swing on your billy club.
You'd have to be. Either that or you can like jump from close buildings that are close together. You can't be like jumping like the Daredevil 2004 movie. Fuck that.
We don't ever talk about Daredevil, Ben Affleck, where he sleeps in a fucking sensory deprivation chamber because reasons.
See, that was the one thing I was kind of like, okay, I can kind of see that because of the super hearing, but then like they had to do the fucking close shot of his face every time. I'm like, why? Can we stop doing that? Ben Affleck ain't that attractive, motherfucker. Back up a little bit.
Well, we had the worst Elektra in Jennifer Garner, so.
She was, oh my God, that was on TV the other day, and I watched it over at my mom's. I was just like, I mean, I love it because it's Daredevil, but God damn, liar! I'm like, stop, Jen, stop. Just fucking cut it out.
I think that movie's what brought them together as a couple.
It was, yeah.
And now they're divorced.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Well, because he keeps fucking getting drunk and fucking the nanny, so I can kind of see that being the downgrade of your relationship.
Just have a three-way and everything's better.
Yeah.
Seriously, you pay her enough money. Come on, be a rich person for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Add another $20 to her bill and just bang her.
Listen, Consuela, you know how I feel about you. Jen and I talked about it. Would you want to be in a threesome? And she would say, yeah. She's a fucking college student who goes to the local community place. Come on, just throw her some extra cash there, Ben.
Dion, you and me need to get together and write some pornos, dude.
Say no more, brother. Say no more.
That was fucking perfect.
I want to proofread the scripts just to see how hard I get.
That's fine.
I want to be on set when you shoot them.
Deal.
Joke's on you. You're the male actor.
Awesome.
Boo.
You get the STDs. We'll watch.
That's fine.
Don't be the fluffer.
I've got plenty of. No, I'm sure we could find somebody to do that job.
Brian, my cousin and I used to have this stupid joke. It's not even that funny, but we would call Freddy Krueger the Springwood Fluffer. And we just pitched
really
this concept
funny, actually.
where he comes to the real world and the only job he can get is a fluffer on set of pornos. Could you imagine Freddy Krueger blowing dudes?
Wait. Well, why is it like he looks like a fucking he looks all burnt up and shit? Why would anybody want him fluffing anybody? Like that would be the most.
Have you seen how wide he can open his mouth in Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors?
Yes, I have.
He fit Patricia Arquette in there.
That's true.
Oh
He
Lord.
fit Ron Jeremy.
Or Lexington Steel.
Lexington.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Here you go, Lex the Impaler.
That sounds like a really shitty train line, Lexington Steel, or like a. No, you know there's the Lansing Lugnuts? Like the Lexington, Kentucky Steel. The Lexington Steel.
Dude, we should just go ahead and like build our own minor league team in Lexington and call them the Lexington Steel.
I'm down.
And our logo,
the
instead of like
money.
the Cleveland Indians, big smiling Indian, it'll just be a big smiling picture of Lexington Steel.
Yeah. Who's the bald black dude?
Patrons, if
Is he
we can get
fired?
enough money on our Patreon, we will go and get a minor league baseball
Wait, you reach
franchise.
$100 million a month.
God. Yeah, Mark.
We should write some-
Mark Cuban's funding us right now.
We should make some absurd lists like, hey, if we can get $1 million a month, you'll get this. If we can get so much money, this. And it's like, yeah, we'll buy a fucking baseball team and call it the Lexington Steel and blah, blah, blah. We'll literally take over the world if you fund
I'm
it.
sure we could actually get him to appear at games, too.
Yeah, like, we'll have like a nice studio in the back where they can just bring the girls and they can film the pornos there, so he's always available to be at every
Yeah.
All the baseball bats are shaped like his dick, too. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Then it makes it a work trip, and he
That'll
can
be it.
deduct it.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
I love how Brian goes into the fucking tax firm. It's like you totally take it off his taxes and make more money that way.
Yeah.
Of course.
Put on
I
the
love it.
Schedule
Brian,
C.
you and I will
business
drive
expense.
down together to the inaugural game.
He's got a plan for his retirement, man.
Yeah.
The kicker
Don't
is
stay
instead
hard
of
forever.
having Lexington Steel throw out the first pitch at the inaugural game, we'll have Mandingo do it.
That's right.
Nobody will know the
Oh,
difference.
that's hilarious.
Oh God!
Okay, here's a question from Justin Beck. The wording's throwing me off, partially because I'm really tired. Do you think Sam Raimi or Richard Donner or a Batman 89 level restricted Tim Burton could direct another superhero well? Give an example if you have any. Okay, actually, once I read that out, it makes perfect sense, so I apologize. I'm just really tired. I think Richard Donner could do a great superhero movie. He could save Superman, in my opinion.
Ooh. I'm gonna say no. I don't think so. I think that especially now, even with Richard Donner, the one flash in the pan Tim Burton had, fucking DC would interfere too much. They'd still be hampered by fucking Zack Snyder's vision. I think that they would fuck themselves right in the asshole.
Yeah, you're probably right because in the end they're hiring him, they're paying him, and they have say about what goes on and what doesn't. So yeah, they'd be the ones who'd like hire him as a name. We'd all have a little faith in it, a little more, and then it would still be a piece of shit.
I can't for the life of me think like what comic book character needs to be in a movie right now to be made good because we've had so much of it. So I'm just like racking my brain. Like what superhero?
Swamp Thing.
It's funny. That's the only thing I can think of. I was like, maybe if you had Tim Burton do the Dark Justice League, maybe that's the only thing I can think of because Dark Justice League would have to be a sleeper hit because you'd have to have a position where Zack Snyder couldn't be a part of it. And
yeah.
I mean, that's probably the only thing I can think of where they wouldn't have Zack Snyder be a executive producer. That's the only thing I can think of.
Justice League Nightmare.
Why not have Tim Burton just make another Pee Wee Herman movie and call it a day?
Done.
Thank God.
Pee-wee's second big adventure.
Yeah.
Because Big Top Pee-wee needs some redemption, if you ask me.
Oh, God.
Actually, it'd be like fucking retirement home Pee-wee at this point.
My hip. Instead of my bike, my bike.
Somebody stole my walker.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's in the basement of the Alamo, Pee-wee. I'm not going to fall for that again.
Or better yet, it's in the basement of the porn theater, Pee-wee. I ain't falling for that shit again.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't coming there again.
I'd watch that.
Him coming.
Pee-wee Herman blow a load?
No, just like another Pee-wee Herman movie, like old age Pee-wee.
Well, they made Pee-wee's Big Holiday on Netflix, but it's on Netflix.
I never watched it. His Big Adventure was
You
good.
know what?
Big Top was okay.
The new stage
Next
show
year,
was
we're gonna
awesome.
do a Pee-wee Herman episode.
Hell yeah. The word
Do
of the
both
day.
movies in the
Fuck.
TV show.
I used to watch the
We should
show all
actually
the
do
time.
the word. Dude, we should do a word of the day on the podcast. That would really throw people off. It's like every time you say Star Wars, you have to scream real loud.
Fuck
Fucking
yeah.
Star Wars. Ah!
We just got to.
I'll
We got to get some sirens.
put the bell on the ding, ding, ding.
Hell
Dun,
yeah.
dun, dun.
We're gonna do it. We're
I'll
gonna
do
do
it
it.
once. All right. So, does anyone have anything else they'd like to say? Because this episode was going to be short, and now it's like 3 hours.
Yay.
So I'm cool with that. Though.
More cushion for
I
the
got
foot-
nothing.
Hey, Brian, late. Why don't you plug the Fancast and your beer channel?
All right, so listeners, Kendo Slice and I and others are on a podcast about this podcast called The Fancast. You can find it easily on YouTube. It's spelled with an E on the end because we're of a lower class. Also, on my own channel, if you can spell my name, which is tricky, I do beer reviews as well as other things, fitness supplements, and there's some older videos that no one gives a crap about. But I will say that, raise a Mary Sue and let's get on with life. Is that a good enough plug?
It's a plug for you. So if you feel good with it, I'm good with it. I just want people to go to your channel because I like your
Yes,
stuff.
And I know
listen to the fan cast.
People send me comments about the Fancast. It's really Kendo's show, so if you have suggestions or whatever, you may pester him and he'll ignore you in the order they're received.
Yeah, it's the number one rated show about a show on YouTube. I think it is now.
I believe it is.
Fuck yeah.
It's a good podcast.
We also talk about tits a lot, and every fucking episode thumbnail has a very large-chested woman on it, scantily clad.
Yes, it does.
So if you like fucking giant titties, we're for you. If you have giant titties, I'm definitely for you.
Ladies with giant boobs, just bypass the Fancast and come to World Class Bullshitters because we're world class.
And we have our monster, what are we calling this? Not showdown.
Super Slam Rumble-a-thon.
Yes, starting soon.
What's that?
Well, you should have listened to the Fancast. You'd know all about it.
I should.
.com.
There you go. So we're putting the is it 40? Did we get it down to 40?
30. We got
30 movie monsters in a WWE style SmackDown.
Ooh.
It's gonna
Battle
be
Royal,
huge.
but I'm not gonna get picky.
Actually, no, it's more of a Royal Rumble because a Battle Royal is only 20.
Yeah, so it's a monster rumble.
Oh damn! I am definitely gonna have to listen to that episode, and I may have to get in on this for sure.
Don't worry, I'm writing it up right now. I'll get you a part.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to. That's gonna have to happen.
All right, well, those were the plugs. Now let's give you some plugs for World Class Bullshitters. If you like to... Oh, sorry. It starts out like this. This has been World Class Bullshitters. Every Thursday night we take a dump on the world of pop culture. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, don't come back. If you really, really like us, find us on Facebook. You can join both of our Facebook groups, the official World Class Bullshitters Fan Club, which is a lot of fun because you can talk to guys like me and Kendo and Brian Lape, and we see a lot of our news topics covered there. So if you want to get in on the show and suggest topics, join there. Also, there's the World Class Bullshitters page, where we post updates to when we upload videos and content and all like that. So that's really good to be following. Also, we're over on Twitter at the World Class BS. We have a great social media manager. This Samoan guy really knows his shit. We get thousands of followers, thousands of retweets. I'm really surprised that we have such a social media presence because I've literally never helped. And if you really, really, really enjoy this show and you really want to help make a change, head on over to Patreon, World Class BS. Is it Patreon? Yeah, whatever. The links in the description below. You can find us on Patreon. Help us out. Anywhere from $1 to $25 a month really makes a difference. Surprisingly, we have more $25 patrons than not, so that's cool. And if Patreon's out of the question, hit up incarnate-studios.com, pick up a shirt, any poster. All the money that site makes goes directly into this channel. So, thank you in advance. I've been your host, Jeff Hicks.
I'm the man with the plan and the original tan, D. Green.
I've been your friend of the neighborhood Samoan saying, support independent film.
I've been Brain Muffin. I may be old, but I still can get around.
Been Kendo Slice. Lape his anus.
It came back!
It's back. It never left. Thanks for listening, and if you're listening to us on Podbean, iTunes, or Stitcher Radio, here's a song.